I'm fine.
I don't remember what we were talking about.
So
we were talking about John Wick. We were talking about John Wick. Damn it!
Who knows?
Or we're talking about
good.
Oh,
So when I was sick,
You were John Wick curious.
I was John Wick curious, but not curious enough to watch any of them. So you can at least watch one.
Right.
I would rather watch Invincible than watch John Wick. So
that's a lot more to watch, though.
No, it's actually way less. John Wick is 4 movies. Invincible was 4
but I mean
episodes.
just the first one, just the first movie.
Oh no, if I was gonna watch John Wick, I was gonna end up watching them all. So you have
too many rules, Marvin.
So just like John Wick, just like the John Wick movies, there are too many rules. Too many stupid rules.
There are only as many rules as are required to get to the next movie. God damn it!
Nobody can ever fight in the Continental except in every movie.
Shut up.
Did you guys in this episode? Did you guys constantly think of this song?
Where was Whoopi Goldberg? Where was Whoopi?
You know what? Ghost had better internal consistency over the way it worked than Star Trek did.
Yes. If you're talking about the ghost mechanics, they were a bit wonky.
I fucking hated the ghost mechanics in this episode. I was so annoyed.
I still love the episode, though. I kind of freaking love this episode, man.
Really?
Yeah, this is one of my favorites.
Wow,
this is one of my favorites, but for the wrong reasons.
Okay, well let's get into it then. Let's get into it.
My darling, I hunger for touch. Man, we have angels' voices, dude.
Yeah,
we should cut an album.
We should just not do podcasts instead.
Yeah, just drop beats.
Yeah,
and some sweet,
the Northern Boys, you know.
Yeah, we'll call ourselves Island Boys.
That's not taken at all, so we can do it.
Yeah. Because we're island boys.
Yeah, that's exactly what we would do.
I got Sarah.
I love them.
You love them.
Yeah,
they have some sweet beats.
Island Boys.
Weren't they racist? Didn't they end up being racist or something?
Yeah.
So you love them.
Most people end up racist somehow.
You
like I said,
hero.
For sure.
I said
FR.
I shit you not. I said this earlier today. This is word for word. You either die a shoe hero or you live long enough to see yourself become anti-trans. I was talking about Carlos Santana.
Wow, that's quite the jump.
Carlos Santana, no.
Yeah. Did you know, Sarah?
Did you even die a true hero?
So there was a concert where Carlos Santana just said out loud to the crowd, he's like, "I miss when women were women and men were men." And then
why would he say that? Just randomly?
It was just unprompted, just between songs.
Everyone was like, "What? What does that mean?"
Guys, you have no idea how much wokeness erodes their souls.
But listen, they can't take it. I think he got like tons of cheers, so he knew what audience he was
Carlos
playing.
Santana.
Well, can I be frank with something? He had shifted a while ago. He went from a musician to a shoemaker. It was shoes he was making. Santana by Carlos Santana. I'm not joking.
Are you kidding? You're not kidding?
No. They were selling. One of our ex-coworkers bought more than one pair of these Santana shoes.
You went the Daniel Day-Lewis method.
Yeah. And he was releasing shoes. They would sell them at Ross and or Marshalls. And he was a shoe hero to all of us.
Well, remember, is it Mario Lopez? Are those the shoes I have, Sarah? For Mario Lopez?
God. Maybe.
You get the Mario Lopez ones?
So it's like everyone seems to have their own shoes. You know what I mean?
Marvin,
fucking Ron Funches has his own shoes. Okay, so everyone.
Did you go on your way to buy the Mario Lopez shoes?
I believe my shoes, my like nicer like sneaker style shoes, are actually like Mario Lopez shoes. I bought them. They were like the first things I saw at the Nordstrom rack for shoes for a wedding.
Wait, and and that didn't deter you from buying them?
I was just like, well, they're shoes.
You're like, well, he's known to be a beautiful shoemaker.
Yeah.
He spent those years in Italy.
Well,
learning from the best.
That could be any Mario Lopez.
Yeah, there's a lot of Mario Lopez
No,
out
it's
there.
the Mario Lopez.
but did it say did it say designs by the Mario Lopez?
Just says Mario Lopez on it. I don't know.
I only want authentic Mario Lopez. Make it real or else forget about it.
Fucking got
so
me.
he really was making shoes? Like, is that for real?
Santana,
himself. Yeah.
Wow.
He became
Look
a cobbler. Yeah.
And then he became anti-trans. That was the
So you either die
while he was
shoe
making
hero,
shoes. Yeah.
you either die shoe hero,
become
or you live long enough to become anti-trans. I'm standing by that statement.
Welcome to Newbie Star Trek, everyone.
Hi.
It's been a hot minute.
Yes, it has.
I'll make shoes.
We should introduce ourselves.
I always interpret it the opposite direction. I always think minutes grow cold.
This episode sponsored by shoes by Mario Lopez.
Yes.
You can get at Nordstrom's Rack now. You can order them online.
Yeah, get me more. They're fine. They're pretty good quality. So just type in code.
Hey, everyone
Newbie
under this episode, just recommend your best shoes, man. Let's just get shoe recommendations in the comments going. Let's go.
So my problem with shoes is that I am like an 11 wide. That is a weird.
Here we go.
Foot size.
We're starting the year off fucking comparing shoe sizes, dude. You goddamn pervert.
So it's so hard to find. And then the one time I found dress shoes that fit perfectly, it was at Roadrunner Sports.
Oh boy!
It was
now
the
Roadrunner's making shoes.
Exactly. Yeah. Fucking Roadrunner, but the Roadrunner is a fucking con artist because I bought those shoes from Roadrunner Sports, and they're like, "Hey, if you like join the club, you can get like $50 off."
Oh my god,
your shoes,
Marvin, hot off the press, dude. By the press, I mean the Google. Mario Lopez does in fact make fucking shoes, dude.
No, I'm not. I wasn't saying that he wasn't.
Dude, I thought it was a bit, dude.
No, this is not a bit. This was not a bit.
Why would Mario have a bit about this?
I don't actually. Okay, I don't even know who Mario Lopez actually is. Who is he? I'm not even sure.
Wait, you don't know who Mario Lopez is?
You know who Mario Lopez
who is.
No, come on.
You're a liar and
Marvin.
a whore, Marvin.
Marvin, you know
Maybe
who Mario
I recognize
Lopez
his face, but I don't know.
I'm gonna put this
okay, I
picture
recognize
online.
his face. Okay, he also did a fucking ghost kitchen thing. Okay, that's what I remember.
What are you talking about?
He does everything.
Right. Yeah, okay.
He does everything.
The Roadrunner Sports are like, join our club and you'll save a lot of money every time you buy like 5 pairs of shoes.
Go to the.
You'll save by the bell.
Yeah, these are them.
Okay, this is a great segue for me to talk about this. One of the perks eventually later this year will be like part of the Discord server. And if you were part of that group, what is it called, Marvin? Membership? What is it? The fuck is it called?
Oh, it's a YouTube membership. Yeah.
I could post this to that thread and
you can post the Mario Lopez flyer.
And then people would be like, why did you post this, Ricardo?
Yeah, and I'd be like, buy shoes from a new sponsor, Mario Lopez.
But the thing is, I need to finish exposing Roadrunner for the frauds they are.
Oh, sorry. Yes.
They said, you pay $50 a year, you'll get like 10% off like your every 5th pair of shoes or something, right? Every year. And I was like, I'm not buying like 20 pairs of shoes a year. What the fuck? So no. And then the next year, I guess they had kept my credit card info and just signed me up for it. And
oh shit!
I was just charged. And then so I decided to call them, and they were like, "Oh, we can't remove it. You've already been charged. So just come by and buy more shoes." That was like their
shit, dude.
their pitch. So I just disputed it with my credit card company. And the funniest thing was that on the phone, the credit card company was like, Roadrunner. Like,
really? Like they knew?
like they know that this happens.
Oh, wow.
Okay.
Marvin, now, I don't mean to do a hard segue over here, but
I bought the Carlos. It looks like the Carlos.
Dude,
yeah.
You paid $69? That's awesome, dude.
I did. I guess. No,
Imagine if you paid less than
we
that.
paid very cheap. That's why I got them.
It was like $20
I
or
think
something.
I think out of Nordstrom Rack, I bought 3 pairs for like $60.
Marvin, you got a deal, dude. These are $69, dude.
I know that's everybody. Nordstrom Rack,
Mario
fucking
Lopez footwear.
yeah, Marshalls.
We're dropping a lot of brand names in this episode.
You have a wedding? You have a wedding to
I
go
want
to?
to cut a
Go
lot
to
of this,
Nordstrom
to be
Rack.
honest with y'all.
Yeah,
None of these are our sponsors.
No, all these are staying in, dude. Mario Lopez, Carlos Santana shoes. Get them. Newbie.
Don't get
Star
the
Trek
Carlos
is a
Santana
code.
shoes. Don't get them.
No, because he's anti-trans.
I mean, if you're anti-trans, go nuts.
Yeah.
If you're anti-trans,
Like, you'll have no moral. You'll have no moral qualms. You're free to buy them.
It's fine. Yeah, go.
buy
You know what? It's gonna make you feel good. So go buy them, dude. That's the thing is that look, you believe what you want to believe. Go support Carlos Santana, dude. We're gonna go support Mario Lopez, dude.
That's so disappointing. Like, why would he say that?
I'm not
He's
gonna
an
lie,
old man.
I think Mario Lopez is a better musician than Carlos.
100%.
Hasn't he
is
had a
Mario
music career?
Lopez? Wait, guys.
I want to
is
say he's had a
Mario-
music career.
Is Mario Lopez the guy that got caught like speaking his real? Do you guys remember that?
What?
Because he's Mexican and people didn't know that, and so
People didn't
With a
know.
name like Mario Lopez?
His name is Mario Lopez.
but like, oh my god, it was like
okay, so
he,
I'll explain it because
do you
it sounds
is
weird
that-
coming from you,
is
Sarah.
that-
Because
is that him? Do you guys remember this?
You're
Like-
kind of whitewashing it a little bit.
No.
Let me explain what happened.
Was
Let me
it the
explain what
accent
happened.
thing? You
I
know what I'm talking about, right?
You're not letting me explain
Yeah.
it. I
Okay,
am
yeah.
going to explain
Go
it,
for it.
Sarah.
Go for it.
Okay. So Mario Lopez allegedly, this is all allegedly, but you can go to his Instagram and see it. So he'll post like videos of him at like taco places or taco trucks, just
Mhm.
like getting Mexican food. And he's like, look, I say, here's the thing is that you adjust to where you're at.
Right.
Like that's
Code
just,
You code switch. You code switch.
yeah,
Yeah.
like
Mhm.
whatever the millennials
When we
are
were
calling
at
it.
work, our code
Yeah.
was to fucking curse at everyone around us
Oh,
and yell
yeah.
at our boss.
Yeah.
But when we're at home, we're like, "Hey, honey,
We
I'm
were like,
home.
yes,
How are you doing? How was your day?"
you don't
Yeah.
drop as many F-bombs. It's
Oh my
funny.
God.
At that old job, dude, I was a horrible person at work, dude. It was like it's always sunny in Philadelphia at work.
Yeah. That job, we yelled. That was the most I've ever
Yeah.
yelled at a job.
Yeah.
Was
That's the most I've ever wanted to be fired and was never fired.
Oh my god.
So he was saying like fool, and I do it all the time
he
too.
was-
I do it to
he
Ben.
was saying
like,
that.
I say it to Ben all the time too. I use fool all the time, and it's just the
Well,
thing Hispanics
yeah.
use a lot.
Well,
and-
he's Mexican.
Yeah,
right?
and-
So-
But the thing is that like he was code switching, which is fine
Yes.
because and then he had to go on like line and be like, well, I'm Hispanic and I speak Spanish, and he speaks Spanglish just like anybody else does that lives in LA.
Any American
And-
guy. Yeah.
Yeah, and he said, yeah, when I'm not on camera, do I like basically he's like, I don't have to put on like my white voice. So
Yeah.
yes, and it's
Oh, yeah.
and like people were like, well, that's weird that like 'cause we didn't know you're Mexican. It's like it's in his
Yeah.
fucking name, bro.
His
Yeah.
name is Mario Lopez.
Yeah.
Like,
We didn't know you
Yeah.
were Mexican.
Maybe they thought he was Italian. He's like, oh, the Italian Mario Lopez.
Ben.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of like Urkel.
Imagine
when
if he
that
code
whole-
switched to like a
the whole thing.
stereotypical Italian accent.
Yeah.
And the mustache just appears.
Oh, you mean like
Yeah.
Jaleel White? And now Jaleel White was super annoyed that everyone was
Well,
like, "Hey,
Urkel.
you're Urkel. You're Urkel."
Yeah.
And he's like, "No, I'm Jaleel White. I talk normally."
Yeah. It's very similar. And so
He should have said, oh, nah, baby, I'm Stefan right now, you know? And then like,
Well, yeah, Stefan Urkel exists for a reason. He really wanted people to know that he wasn't like that actually.
Yeah. Instead, he was a sex pervert.
Remember when instead he turned into Bruce Lee?
Remember when he
Went to
a robot?
space? Remember when Urkel went to space?
And then the
Remember
robot
when Urkel
became
built an Urkel bot who creeped on Laura
and became a robot, and then became a
stalker?
cop. Yeah.
Yeah, later he rebuilt him to be a fucking cop.
That's the scariest thing of all, a RoboCop.
Did you mean to say that? Like in that exact way?
No. I'm still recovering from a cold, everyone. I'm not all here.
Whatever you say will be held against you in the court of RoboCop.
That's still the best thing. In that movie.
Yeah, that was the best line in Be Kind Rewind.
Yes.
I just saved you a watch.
You don't need to watch it other than for that.
You should watch it. It's Michelle Gondry. It's visually
you don't have to watch every Michelle Gondry. It's fine.
You should watch that, Michelle Gondry.
You should
watch
also watch it to hear Mos Def go, "You're magnetized."
Like nobody needs to watch The Green Hornet. That's for sure.
Is that Michelle Gondry?
Wasn't it Michelle Gondry?
I think you're right, dude.
Sounds like it might actually
Yes,
be
it
true.
was.
That
Yes,
sounds
it
about
was
right.
Michelle Gondry.
Everybody's got to pay the bills, dude.
He didn't need these bills.
Yeah. I wonder
Good boy.
what Terrence Malick's pay the mortgage movie is. Tree of Life. Does he feel like he sold out in Tree of Life? He's like, man, I really sold out in that one.
Oh, he sold
Everyone's got bills to pay.
What did he fucking make? He made
The New World?
Yeah, he made New World. He made
He made a bunch of beautiful movies, dude. I don't even know why I was making fun of him. He's a
I know.
man.
It's just all beautiful.
Yeah, it's all wheat fields.
The Voyage of Time. That was his to make money movie.
Oh yeah.
Because that was designed just to be like a cool.
visually stimulating. It's funny
Behold,
because
the
he's
ravages of age.
he's kind of like a. It's funny that he made a perfect movie for stoners. Unintentionally.
That's most of his movies, though.
That's true. I agree.
Like New World. If you're high watching New World and you see that scene of a dude in suit of armor walking through the swamp, you're like, what is going on?
What is going on? Actually,
I'm starting to put some things together. Now I see why Ricardo loves them.
Actually, I was really high when I watched that movie.
Yeah, that movie's trippy. Just a lot of the random visuals where you're like, I remember one of our film professors showed that clip in film school, and she was like, "Look at the contrast. He doesn't belong here." And then I was like, "Yep, you're right. This is a suit of armor in a swamp."
Why not? My argument is why doesn't
Hey,
he
you've
belong?
never played Dark Souls.
Have
You've never played a FromSoft game.
Oh, after Dark Souls
Knights
came out,
belong
he
in swamps
totally
now.
belong there. Yeah. Now he like belongs harder
In
than
fact,
he's ever
Knights
belonged.
now have no choice. They must go through swamps.
Oh, his problem was he wasn't rolling through that swamp.
Actually, I don't think that's a good thing to do when you're
No,
there.
you can't just keep rolling. You're gonna fuck up your stamina.
You get trench crotch.
But when the natives were attacking him, he didn't do any rolls, no evasion whatsoever.
Speaking of getting high, I took an edible on Christmas Day, and I fell asleep.
No,
Well,
I fell asleep most of the day. Like
Okay.
I went over to my
that's
my
a good
in-laws,
use. Yeah.
and I fell asleep.
did you
and
at
then-
least eat a lot
and then-
before you passed out? Because that'll cover you.
No,
Damn it.
I just fell asleep for like a few hours, and then I woke up and I ate a lot.
Great.
Yeah.
That's what you want.
Yeah, you got the food
Yes.
come out of the way.
Yeah.
That sounds great.
But anyway, who are we sponsored by? Are we sponsored by Mattel?
We haven't done this in a while. They're doing this all out of order.
Oh my
Okay.
god,
God
Marvin!
I do think
rules, dude.
I do think we should introduce ourselves. I'm Marvin.
Again
We never
No.
did.
to ourselves?
No, to the audience.
Oh
listening.
yes.
What's the point?
Sorry, Marvin. I stepped on your toes.
No,
Go
you're Ricardo.
I'm Ricardo.
Oh.
Yeah. I'm always
Yeah.
confused.
And you're Sarah. Hi, Sarah.
I'm Sarah. Yes. Hello.
How are you?
I'm good. Nice to be back. Nice to be doing this again with you
Happy
fine people.
2024. Woo.
And that's
Yeah.
Dan. For people who don't know, Dan goes around the sun to collect
Yeah.
news for us every episode.
Oh, we're doing that?
Yeah, look, it's a beautiful segue.
because this
Wow.
this
I
episode
thought we were running out of time.
I know.
this episode first aired on May 18th of 1992. This episode called The Next Phase.
Oh,
Which-
wow.
Oh, well.
Get it? Because they phased, but they're also in
Yeah.
the next phase of life.
Yeah.
Sure.
I mean, yeah, that's essentially what it is. So it's been a long time. But it's only been a week since the airing of the episode we did previously. So actually, not a whole lot's happened. Lethal Weapon 3 came out. Does anyone know when they started saying they're getting too old for this shit? Was it the very first movie, or was it like somewhere in the middle?
I think it was like the second one.
I think it was one.
Oh, really?
Okay,
Yeah,
all right. So
they were
that's
already
always been
old.
the bit.
Okay.
Okay. I wanted to know that because it's been a while since I've seen any.
So was the
Weapon
bit
movies.
that they are middle aged already?
Well, you know what's so crazy is that like in the first one, he's gonna retire because he's like a couple days from retirement or weeks. And then
Really?
they made 4 more movies where he's still in the fucking force.
Oh.
And now I'm confused.
He must have chosen to not retire.
Yeah, but how old was he that he was like, I'm calling it quits. I'm too old for this shit. And then he did 4 more movies where he wasn't too old for that shit.
Yeah.
I don't know. Anyway, on the 16th of May, Weird Al Yankovic's Smells Like Nirvana came out, which is indistinguishable from Smells Like Teen Spirit.
It's exactly the same.
Yeah, exactly the same.
Yeah.
2 days later, on the 18th, the date of air, the U.S. Supreme Court ruled that a mentally ill person cannot be forced to take antipsychotic drugs while waiting trial just to ensure that they remain competent to stand at trial.
Oh, of course, that's a good one.
Yeah, though of course there's a point at which they're still allowed to administer drugs against their will. It's just that a lot of due process has to happen first, and the case in question did not have that due process, so they ruled against.
Okay. Because you got to evaluate them and to make sure that
like
if they don't
basically
take these
it's like
drugs, they're a danger to society and they need to be
themselves.
And,
yeah, so it's like you're only supposed to do it to stabilize and
can't do it just to calm him down.
Yes, exactly.
I don't mean to interrupt you, but Danny Glover was 40 years old when he said, "I'm too old for this shit" in the first movie.
So 40 can be pushing kind of old for a cop if they want to like get out of the active duty or whatever.
I mean, I am. Speaking for yourself, dude.
Oh, you are? Oh, happy 40th.
I am too old for this shit.
Oh. So you are a Murtaugh. You are the Murtaugh.
Yeah, it is.
Thanks everybody for coming to listen to Ricardo's last episode.
Yeah, guys.
He's gonna do 4 more podcasts.
All right, that's our trip around the sun. Actually, it's done.
Oh, goodbye.
Oh, really? That was a
short.
Oh, nice.
Well, you know what?
We didn't even last the whole song.
I know.
You know what I mean?
Sometimes we don't last the whole song because sometimes.
Yeah. Well,
I prefer not to last the whole song.
Well, you know,
sometimes
it's
tiring.
Depends.
Yeah.
Got things to do.
And sometimes you just want to, bum out of there and, gotta grab your wallet, head out. And if you want a nice slim wallet while you're heading out, head on over to extra.com.
Yeah, that was a great segue, dude.
Yeah. Use our offer code.
You need to grab your crap and go real fast.
Use our offer code Newbie for up to an additional 25% off any order site-wide. And I have been told by Extra that, one, it seems like our vanity link doesn't work anymore, so just use our offer code, which we know the vast majority of people have been using anyway, which is probably why they stopped. Yeah, so this is Newbie, N-E-W-B-I-E.
What's a vanity code? I like that
a
term.
vanity link?
Oh, vanity link is like ExpressVPN. You know how they have .com.
Oh, okay,
that's a vanity link.
Okay.
But I think
we don't have one anymore, huh?
Well, because originally it was shop.extra.com/newbie. And I think they were like,
that's a mouthful.
Nobody goes to shop.extra. They just go to Extra.
Yeah.
So just go use offer code Newbie. And that 25% off potential stacks with ongoing sales. So you're going to get a lot off depending on what you buy. And we've also been told by Extra that they're planning to launch a new product, but they haven't been able to tell us yet. They just wanted to ship it to us as a surprise.
Ooh, as a surprise. Okay.
So
wait, do you think it's a fucking dick skin wallet that I've been talking about?
That's why they don't want to tell us?
It's possible.
They're like,
holy moly,
so we have something special for you.
Yeah, dude. First of all, I want to say this. If you're a new listener.
Any circumcisions have
If you're a new listener.
Don't give me hope.
If you're a new listener, I'm sorry.
Go back to the beginning. Go back to the beginning.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, or if you're offended,
Also, to be fair, if you think there's a deeper joke more than dick skin wallet, there isn't. It's just dick skin wallet.
I've been talking about dick skin wallet for what feels like years now.
It wasn't a larger reference than that.
Yeah.
At this point, it's got to be years.
But anyway,
I do want to get out of the way. Wait, before we get into this, in the middle of our sponsor read, hey, we appreciate you people that have been listening from the beginning, because we didn't say we have this. It's a new year, new episode.
Yeah,
that's true.
We'll cut this in later. I don't know how, but we'll cut it in later. We appreciate you guys. It's a new year, new us. We appreciate all you listening, and I hope you guys got all the wallets you wanted for Christmas.
Yeah.
I got one. So
That's fun.
Yeah.
It'll be a good year of newbie Star Trek. We have a lot planned. It'll be fun.
Oh, it's true.
And we're happy you're here for the ride.
yeah, I hope you get
Thanks
more
for
Well, we're
walks
coming
this
up
year.
on the end of season 5. for
Yeah.
one.
It's true.
It won't be long
That's
before we
huge.
reach the cliffhanger of that one.
Mhm.
I'm assuming it's a cliffhanger. I don't know for sure, but
Well,
why wouldn't it be?
anyway, extra.com. Offer code newbie. Free shipping on any order of $50 or more. Free returns within 100 days of receiving your order. A 12-month warranty on all products. And a free gift with any order above $90. So again,
Yeah,
extra.com. Use offer code newbie. And expressvpn.com/newbie Star Trek. Listen, remember how we were like...
we did. Before we go to the next sponsor, dude, we don't do the podcast for like 3 weeks. Dude.
It's been
I'm
more,
all over the place.
I
dude.
feel like it's been more than 3 weeks.
I think it
That's
has
it?
been more than 3.
Yeah, I feel
Yeah,
like
it's been
it's
last
been
week.
I think it's been a
eternity.
month, dude. I think it's been a
Really?
month.
It's been a month?
Yeah.
No way.
Wow.
4 weeks?
Yeah, I think it's been a month.
Jesus.
Since we did a real one. Well, like...
What does that mean, dude?
Well, because we did the AMA.
We did the Christmas episode.
which was
yeah.
like,
Oh,
we
yeah.
just read questions.
How was that? How did that do? People
people liked it. People like questions. Just like how people like how fast ExpressVPN is. You know, originally they were already one of the fastest VPNs out there, but now they go up to 10 gigabits of speed.
Mhm.
That's like faster than most computers can do. Like faster than some of your hard drives out there. This is
You think
ludicrous
people know?
speed.
You think people
Fast.
know the speed of their hard drives?
What's
It's
even
great.
the point, ExpressVPN?
Yeah.
What's your angle?
Yeah,
Why are you doing this?
I think they want you to download like a ton of porn per. You
Yeah,
know, like,
they're trying to see who can download all of Pornhub all at once.
yeah,
It's just
yeah,
trying to help
Fastest.
us.
yeah.
Yes.
Can I say this?
You're right.
about
I should have set the
ExpressVPN?
help.
Can I say this?
Mhm.
This is a pitch for. I'm not going to interject with something else. If you have Apple TV, boom, ExpressVPN just launch their app on Apple TV, so it works just like your phone. Yeah, it's really
nice,
cool.
Nice.
Because like you go to the app, you could hit on or off, and then it has the controls to log into
Nice.
all the countries and stuff, and it's very convenient. Because before you would have this like
It was on our
backdoor.
Android TV this whole time.
You would have to backdoor. I would never use Android TV. It's a fucking sin, dude.
Well, it had
but-
ExpressVPN already this whole time, so I don't know.
God damn it! Before you would have to backdoor it to get it.
You would just have to do it through your router.
Yeah,
and have your router split tunnel it,
Yeah.
which you can technically do for any. You can do it for like your
whole
washing
internet.
machine. Yeah, your washing
Yeah.
machine that hits the whatever. You know, you can do it for all sorts of specific things. But yeah,
You mean
And,
the smart washing machine that uploads 3.6 gigs a day?
oh yeah,
I don't know if that
just saw
tweet's
that.
real, but that's if so, that's insane. What the fuck's
You know,
happening?
considering I think it was an LG washer. LG is pretty inefficient. So in general, if you look at like
Like,
their
that-
a lot of their
LG
that
is
makes
our
it,
future
that makes it
sponsor.
seem like it's uploading video.
It's
It is,
possible.
dude. It is. It is. It's uploading
streaming
all-
video.
Yeah, it's like this is what he put in the washer. Can you believe this?
Look
Fucking-
at this. Look at these stupid clothes spinning.
Like
Fucking
literally
Wrangler.
broadcasting your dirty laundry for all to see.
Yeah.
Until it cleans it, and then it stops.
But you know who's clean? ExpressVPN.
Yeah, ExpressVPN is quite clean and upgraded from what they used to be. You get 8 devices, has a built-in ad blocker, and it now has the built-in Keys password manager, which you can use on all of your Chrome devices, Chrome extension. Just get in there, have a free password manager built in. If you're looking to get password management going, it's already built in for free. It's pretty good.
Thanks to that meme that Sarah sent us a couple weeks ago or something, I was just thinking keys ExpressVPN.
Yeah, I feel like
Oh,
ExpressVPN
yes, that
needs to
meme,
get they need to get
The
a theme
jingles.
song, a jingle going.
Jingles need to make a comeback. You know?
Even if you're
I
just
love
an internet
jingles.
company, even if you're just like an ExpressVPN company, like you could need a jingle, put it on YouTube,
Mhm,
Mm-hmm.
mhm.
Drop
fucking
hits.
VPN.
Jingles are
Yeah.
very important.
Something.
Yeah.
Very important.
There's
Yeah.
so many that will never leave my head. You
Yeah.
know, like
Like
ones
the one
for
about
like the
Dick Skin Roll
general.
O'Reilly.
yeah.
Oh my God. O'Reilly's.
O'Reilly.
O'Reilly's, dude. I hope the guy got paid bank, dude.
In
AutoZone,
and out. Man, fucking.
In and Out.
Well, that's just a
Bakers.
local one, but O'Reilly's is
Bakers is
probably
local.
national.
Yeah, that's
Pollo
true.
tropical chicken.
Oof.
No one knows that one.
No one knows that one, dude. Yeah.
No, someone wrote in saying, "I know that. I know.
Yeah, someone
I know
wrote in.
the Pollo Tropical."
Pollo tropical.
Hey, someone out there knows
Chicken
no
on
Reeves Honda
yeah.
Superstore. Anyway,
The huge block has to
get out of here. Let's move the hell on.
All right, expressvpn.com/newbie Star Trek. Ricardo.
Yes.
Ricardo, could you please tell us what happened in this episode?
Food?
I'll tell you what, dude. I'll tell you what.
Why would you mock Denise Crosby this way?
Hey, you've seen her be a Romulan. She sucks
Yeah, it's true.
It's true.
I
as a Romulan.
fucking love Ro, dude.
Oh.
Did you know they
we have a crush
fixed,
emerging.
they have fixed this episode? Guess who was originally supposed to be Ro?
Oh, Beverly?
I read who it was supposed to be.
Who?
Dan, let us know.
It was supposed to be Deanna again.
Oh,
Yeah.
boy.
What?
Deanna.
It
Oh,
was
you mean
supposed-
like, wait, hold on. So Rose's character, like that was actually supposed to be Deanna who went through
It
all
was
that?
originally
not
written for
Would it-
Rose?
Deanna.
Would it then have been
Oh, thank
Deanna
God.
and Geordi?
Yes.
Thank
Okay.
God they changed their minds.
Yes.
Oh my
So,
God.
but
It's better as Ro, though.
Yes.
Way
hell
better as
yeah.
Ro.
So
Jesus.
they,
So much better.
they wrote it that way, and they were like, Deanna's done enough this season. Let's just
Yeah.
put Ro in.
She's
Ro's
done
cool.
enough
Yes.
damage.
And Ro's done
Um,
nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
Here's
they
Like
said
pretty much
apparently-
nothing.
Well, they said the best part of the episode was that Ro does roundhouse kicks in this episode, and they were like, "Oh, sick! I didn't know Michelle Forbes could do
honestly,
that."
on screen, it's a little hard to see. It's pretty quick. They cut away very fast.
They were happy
but
about it, though.
Yeah.
They were very happy about it.
It
Wait, she
was
did
like
her
a
own
nice,
stunt?
forceful stunt, though. Like, it wasn't as like soft looking as a lot of Star Trek fighting, as you see.
Yeah, it was very rough and tumble. It looked like they were gonna really hurt each other.
And
Did
true to form, she
she-
did the clasped fist hammer.
oh yeah, that's how they teach.
You gotta do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Um,
wait, did she do her own stunt?
I think some of them she did. Yeah,
Oh,
I think
okay.
some of the kicking and whatnot was her. And,
Yeah, I mean, I think she's just a more interesting character than Deanna at this point.
Oh,
for
yeah.
sure.
Yeah, they should.
I will
yeah,
say,
I
though,
don't wanna-
why does her hair get worse every appearance?
well, I think
They're trying
putting.
to figure out the wig. They can't
Yes.
figure it out.
Yeah, probably.
takes-
I think
Yeah.
it's like since she's not a regular, she's constantly changing her hair for other gigs.
Yeah.
That's
and
true. That's true.
They're like, let's figure out a way to get a regular wig going.
I
for
think
her.
all the women in this show have wigs on or hair pieces. I mean,
Yeah.
No,
Yes.
you can't say that,
Even
Sarah.
I think even
they
Deanna.
do. They
I think
do.
even Marina
Deanna has a
Sirtis,
hairpiece for sure.
I think they like add a bouffant for
yeah,
her.
they add all that hair in the back, and then I
Bouffant.
think
I've never heard that fucking word before.
I
What the
think,
fuck is that, dude?
I've used that word on this podcast.
Bouffant?
Oh,
I don't
yes.
remember the last use of it, but
Yeah,
I
it
believe
is.
you.
I think Beverly also has a wig.
Yes. So when her hair looks flatter, she's not wearing a wig. When it looks very like full,
Poofy?
that's when she's wearing a wig. And she has
Whoa.
bangs. That's when she's wearing. So like, remember the?
So you're saying when she's a deadbeat mom, she's wearing a wig?
So remember the episode where this guy was invading everyone's minds and making them relive bad experiences.
Oh, the mind rapist?
Yeah,
Yeah,
the mind rapist
yeah.
guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
Just call it what it is, Marvin.
I was trying to avoid
just kidding. I'm
triggering people. And then the one where he went in and made Beverly relive her husband dying.
Right.
Her hair is
Yeah.
different. That's what her hair looks like without a wig. It looks kind of like flat and straight. But when she's given a wig, it's like more poofy.
Yeah.
Nobody cares about Beverly's wig, dude. Nobody here's in it for Beverly's wig, dude. We want to know about Ro,
Somebody
dude.
is
We need
definitely
to
in
know
it for
about Ro,
Beverly's
dude.
wig.
Ro. What did we say?
Cut out the middleman.
Vulcan in the sheets and what?
Bajoran in the sheets.
Vulcan in
Vulcan in the streets, Bajoran in
Yeah.
the sheets.
Hell
Yes.
yes. So in this episode, they get hailed by some Vulcans.
Romulans.
Which is
Yeah.
notable because Romulans are supposed to be, like guys that we don't like so much.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. And then I won't say what nationality they are.
It's like if a bunch of North Koreans hailed us and was like, "Help
God
us!"
damn it, Marvin! I was trying to say it, dude.
So they want to help them because they're trying to be like, well, we're nice sometimes. We're still
and
they hailed when someone asks for help, they just show up. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and also,
I thought it depends who asks for help, right?
No, they always help.
No, they always help.
And then when they help the Klingons at Kittimer, was it Kittimer? When they helped the Klingons, that's how they created the Klingon Alliance, because the Klingons were like, guys, you guys are awesome, actually. Thanks for helping us.
But this wasn't gonna be an alliance.
That's probably not how they said it.
Let me translate what really happened. The Klingons said, "Dude, you guys fuck." And then they're like, "We don't know you guys."
That's
fucked.
probably closer.
Right. Yeah, you guys fuck.
You do indeed fuck.
Yeah,
yeah. Why wouldn't they say that?
And so anyway, so these
you fuck.
Yeah.
No, they're not Vulcans. They're what? What did you guys say?
They're Romulans.
So these Romulans are like, hey, we need help. Some shit went down, and then they show up, and this ship is a mess, dude. There's fucking dirt everywhere. There's like weird cement things. You should have been the first fucking sign that something sketchy is going on. Why is there a huge column like made out of fucking cement, like blocking a door, dude? Like, what the fuck's up with that? And then
there's fire too.
Yeah,
it was hard
before they go
to set Drestis' office.
Before they send over the best of the crew to possibly die, they go
before they send over the most important people.
Yeah, they're like, I guess Riker's like, oh, we got to go help these fools and stuff, and Ro's like, ugh. And he's like, what's that? What did you say? And she's like, oh, nothing. Everything's cool here, Governor.
Bro, calm down, bro.
Yeah, and he really.
Well, to be fair, she had a legit point. It's like, well, he told them to leave their phasers on board.
Yeah,
and don't take weapons with you. And she was like, "What the fuck, man? You're not going to let us take weapons?"
And you know what? That would have helped them.
Yes,
like if she would have. Yeah, and that's a good story point there, I guess. That they're like,
what if when the phased Romulan brought the disruptor, and she's like, ha, I have one too. Then he would have been like, oh, okay. And then he would have
I'm going to spoil something. I'm going to spoil something because it doesn't matter. If you're watching this episode, you should have seen the episode already. So,
that's
on you. The fucking end when when Geordi throws that.
Yeah, it fucking kicks him out. Yeah.
Dude, you know what? That guy's going to die. He's going to die a horrible death because also like he
just floats away.
He's going to starve to death.
No, I think Marvin was like, I think he freezes upon.
You think so?
I mean, it's cold, right?
I don't understand.
It's hard to tell how much the environment is affecting them or like exerting
that's what I was
its force
say.
on them. It's very hard to tell.
But I think it is affecting him because he looks frozen. He doesn't like.
Yeah,
he's
I
not
think they wanted to imply he's frozen.
He's like in the Phantom Zone. He's in the Phantom Zone.
I think they're implying.
Kind of, sort of. He should be flipping in a disc.
So they have to be able to interact with the environment to some capacity because if they couldn't breathe. If they couldn't breathe, they would
have
be dead.
to always be standing on a surface.
Can they if they lay down, do they just go woo? Go through all
I don't know. That's the part that's so hard.
This is the shit I was so frustrated with this episode.
I have a theory though.
Okay.
Ghost rules apply, bro.
But they're not ghosts.
No, wait, Marvin, ghost rules apply, dude. It doesn't matter. Ghost rules apply.
Explain.
In Ghosts, the beautiful movie with Patrick Swayze and Demi Moore, if they got really emotional, they could move things in the physical world. So my thought was like, oh, Geordi got so fucking like worked up about Ro. He's like, no, I want to fuck her. And then he fucking pushed the Romulan out of the way because he got so emotional.
No, they could always interact with each other. What I'm talking about is the floor and why can they breathe?
Well,
and why can they walk through walls but not
ghost
the floor?
Rules. That's magic.
I think, okay, you could have like not pointed it out as much if you just had them walking around, right? The audience wouldn't think about it.
But Marvin, what do you want them to do? Always be falling through the floors?
No. Just, okay, so this was my headcanon. So this is what I thought could happen. Ro was like, wait a minute, why aren't we falling through the floor? Geordi could be like, well, the Enterprise does use artificial gravity.
We're wearing shoes. They're wearing shoes.
The artificial gravity interacts with the top layer of each surface. And that artificial gravity is what makes sure that people stay attached to the floor. Maybe even in our phased selves, because gravity affects all energy, we are still affected by it and can stand on it.
Yeah.
Close enough, I'll buy it.
He could have said, have you seen the movie Interstellar? Gravity. He's like, gravity and love.
We're behind a bookcase.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
He could have summoned his daughter.
Data looks behind a bookcase and goes, "Oh, there you are, Geordi."
Don't do it.
You know, when Ro first meets up with Geordi again,
Geordi does the bookcase. He goes to the scene where he's in the beach and being all fucking pervert with a girl, and he's like, "Don't do it." All right, dude. Sorry, I cut you off. Dan.
I lost it. I lost it.
It's gone. I apologize. Really, you lost it?
No, because like as soon as you said you really wanted to say something, I got really interested in what you wanted to say, and I was like,
"Oh, I'm sorry. I apologize, dude." Anyway, so they're like, "Hey, we got to go send these people help." Riker, you go. Ro, you're going, and they send Geordi and Ro as well. Who else did they send a bunch of other people too, because they were they sent Worf and they sent a bunch of other people. Yeah.
Worf, Riker, Geordi, and Ro.
Eventually, Data joins them, I think.
Yeah, and then Data comes down. Yeah,
and then by a shuttle.
Yeah. So anyway, so they're down there and they're like, "Oh, their fucking warp something is like fucked up." What is fucked up that they have?
Everything.
Like everything's fucked up.
Their engine. They need to replace their engine and
literally every system's broken. Yeah. And the implication we think later is that they're doing an experimental simultaneous cloak and phase at the same time, which means that they are not only invisible, they literally do not interact with our plane of reality.
They're trying to activate their X gene to become Shadowcat.
So that they can hide anywhere. And my headcanon is that it phased wrong. Therefore, it started exploding everything.
This is just like the movie The Philadelphia Experiment. If anybody's watched that, hit me up. Literally, this is exactly what happened in The Philadelphia Experiment. Like
I haven't seen it. Yeah.
I haven't seen it myself, so
I wouldn't know.
I gotta give you guys the trailer for this. So they're gonna replicate. They don't have a replicator on the ship, these Romulans. So they're like, "Hey, we're gonna replicate you an engine, and then we're gonna bring it back down." And Geordi and Ro take it, and they're about to get transported back to the transporter.
Yeah,
and they get lost in time.
Yeah, that transporter chief is freaking out. She is like,
she's like, why are there all these like new faces?
That was kind of interesting to me because so many of them were also like middle-aged women as well. So it kind of made me think like, is there like a sort of like thing that happened for the crew that day? Like, was there some special like arrangement going on? Like, I was wondering about that.
Yeah.
Let me ask this question.
Yeah.
What's the like top out age to become an ensign? Because Picard goes ensign, and one of the ladies looks a little older. You know what I mean?
So like, this is not a spoiler, but a later episode in a roundabout way kind of confirms that you can be an ensign your whole career.
Okay.
An ensign is just the first level of being part of command structure, but if you're never exceptional, you just stay an ensign the whole time.
But there's just like a bunch of new faces. There's the guy who's in the back on the bridge,
curly haired guy.
He takes over at one point. He takes over at one point when Picard like leaves. Right?
Yeah, we have the kind of older lady ensign there. That we have the transporter lady, who's also older.
She looked to me like an old Alex Borstein.
She looked like Hillary Clinton a little
bit. Where was the Irish dude?
I thought she looked like Alex Borstein, but
where was the Irish dude?
So would this have happened if it was him?
Yeah,
doing the transport. Like, how much of this is user error?
I think
I wish it was Miles.
I think
Miles is the best of the best when it comes to transporter.
But I think their implication is
we know that Jason Statham is the best transporter. Okay,
well, I think
then 10 levels down is Miles O'Brien.
Well, even Mr. Statham could not have handled all of the chronotons,
dude.
Filling
Marvin,
the room.
You don't want to get into this argument, dude. He would have greased up, dude, and put those.
He would have greased up, and then the chronotons would have bounced right off.
His roundhouse kicks have the same effect as onions.
Yeah. This is what he would have done, dude. He would have said,
kick you back into existence.
This is what Statham would have done as a transporter. He loses 2 people. He says, "Not on my watch." He gets on the shuttle, heads down there. He finds the highest ranking person, and he's all, "Fuck you, mate!" And then he fucking roundhouse kicks him, and then they reveal all the secrets. They said, "We're sorry, we're testing these technology."
And then, an episode over. He's done.
Over. He figured everything
bring him
out,
back.
dude. No
Yep.
ghosts.
Yes. And
Actually, the point Marvin was making earlier about how it not actually being like a failing of the transporter chief's prowess necessarily makes me wish it was Miles, just because I want to see Miles.
Yeah.
I just want to see Miles.
But also it would have been like, because here we're second doubting her, right? Like we're like, it's her fault, this stupid fucking
Well, we're not
newbie.
sure, right?
Yeah. But if it would have been Miles, we would have been like, no, he's the best of the best. We don't question it. You know what I mean? We're like, hey, like.
Well,
like,
she
which I'm
was
fine with,
also Picard questions her, right? He's
Yeah,
just
she
like,
gets a
what did
post-mortem.
you do?
Actually, it's Data who
Data,
questions
yeah,
her.
Data.
somebody does.
Yeah,
And
then
Geordi just watches as a ghost.
Yeah, and Picard's like, so what the fuck?
Yeah.
Or Data's like, what the fuck did you do?
So you killed 2 people today. What are your feelings?
Also,
honestly, I love so many of the character interactions, like all the little scenes in this episode.
Okay, but can I just say that I'm really surprised and disappointed how unemotional everyone is.
Oh,
that
you
these
brought
2
this up
people
before.
have died.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh, yeah,
Ro
this is
and
a
Geordi are
recurring
gone,
theme for
and
you.
there is not a single tear.
Oh, you know what I did really like though? What I really liked about the period of time immediately following their death is because they really like depicted what it's like when you have no time to grieve and there's still danger.
Right.
Sarah, I'll bring
There's
this up.
still an ongoing situation.
Sarah,
People were still about to die if they didn't act.
Sarah, do you see the people on fucking the beach of Omaha and the opening of fucking Saving Private Ryan? Do you see them fucking crying like, oh my god, my friend's face got blown up?
Crying, yeah.
They don't. They just fucking move on or they're fucking dead.
No,
like,
man.
Don't stop.
But they had enough time to plan a funeral, and there's nothing.
Yeah, that came later, and admittedly that could be sadder if they wanted it to be. But I think that in the moment, like immediately after they discover that they're missing, like there's
not
bigger
even
things to
in
worry
the
about.
moment. I mean, when Beverly's filling out the death certificate, not even a tear rolling down her cheek. My God, I mean, these were people they worked with.
She's the least likely person to cry.
Yeah, she's a killer. She's a fucking serial killer.
I'm just I would be so disappointed if my coworkers
death certificates
acted
are
like
the best
this.
part of the job.
Wait, do you think your coworkers are gonna grieve for you? They're gonna be like, God, she's finally free.
Hope so.
No, I'd be like,
I hope so.
If we were in a previous job, Marvin, and you died, I'd be like, he got away. Finally escaped.
Oh my God, no!
I would be so happy for Marvin, dude.
I would totally cry. I would totally cry. I mean, I guess the way you would
relief of death.
You would celebrate it like how Worf explains Klingons celebrate death, where Worf's like, "Look, this is a fucking party.
Worf's
I don't know what you're talking about."
For a reason.
When Worf is explaining death, he's just like, "Oh, death to Klingons is like when you die in the line of duty. It's like the best fucking thing that can happen to you." Honestly,
it's fucking sick, man.
It is funny though that if you watch the scene where Beverly is typing in Rose's death certificate, she does literally actually smirk.
He's like, finally. He's like, finally, I killed her.
It's like right before she types it in, she kind of her lip can't help but quiver a bit towards smirking.
She crosses her off the legit list.
Maybe she just hates Bajorans.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just sad. I just expected.
Finally, we got rid of this bitch.
I expected a little bit more emotion. That's all. Just a single tear would have been sufficient.
I think the true answer is 2 things. I think one is that it's a military like organization, so they kind of go, "Oh shit, we gotta do stuff." The other is TNG and the original series too. From what I have seen, it's very unemotional. They tend to like downplay emotions a lot because part of the original conceit of Gene Roddenberry's vision of the future, he claims, is that like, everyone is so like emotionally healthy in the future. No one really cries No one really like grieves.
That's
which obviously,
insane. That's
which is
a
obviously
crazy
not
take.
how that works. We know how that's not how that works.
They're healthy, Marvin. They're healthy.
Honestly, the way you're explaining, I'm skeptical that that's exactly what he was thinking. But
not exactly.
It's fine. It's fine.
But he was like, "Oh, people are like stable enough in the future that nobody really cries about this type of stuff. They just go, oh, it happened, and they move on."
But it just seems like it wasn't that kind. Like TNG wasn't that kind of show.
Exactly. That's how it was always depicted. Like they don't get emotional. Once we get into other like Star Trek shows, they do get more emotional. And I'm not even talking about modern Trek. Like other Star Trek shows do get more emotional.
I mean, we've seen some pretty powerful crying scenes from like people like Deanna, and I don't know, maybe she's like the only one.
I can't really think of anyone else.
Well, to be fair,
right now,
and even for Deanna, when Deanna was crying, it's because she was reliving like a mind rape. So I mean,
well, I'm just saying that is a form of emotion.
I know. No, what I'm saying is like it took something that extreme.
A friend dying, a coworker dying is pretty extreme. I don't know.
In the world of Star Trek, they're just like, whatever.
They're military force. They're military. They don't have time. They don't have time for that. They don't have time.
They are sentimental for sure.
They'll just have PTSD later when they're out of the military.
See, that's
they won't because it's free healthcare. There's free healthcare in this world, and they'll seek.
Actually, I just thought of something.
They'll get therapy later.
Yeah. Yes. For free.
I feel like I've just had a legitimate thought. All the like fun you have of watching Data react to Geordi's death, I feel like would become like less emphasized if everyone else was way more intense than he was. And I feel like watching Data is way more fun than watching other people cry.
100%.
Well, I think also Data's storyline, it's kind of written like, isn't it interesting that the robot is the most human?
Yeah, and I think that's kind of it too. It's like he's the one who is doing the most to commemorate this person.
He's doing the most.
He's the most human.
Exactly.
Like
he's actually the only one going through a proper grieving process.
Exactly.
It's clearly written that way, right? Because even another character says it too. Like, isn't that weird that like the robot's like kind of like the only human?
And it is interesting how he explores like, well, what would someone prefer at their funeral? You know, like would they want it to be somber? Or
I prefer none of you to be there.
Would they want a Bajoran 2-hour death chant?
I think that's what Geordi would be like. I don't want any of these people here, dude. I don't want any of these people here.
Geordi's like, I hate all of these people. Get
who's this guy playing the fucking trumpet? I fucking hate this guy.
And sadder.
Get all these losers out of my funeral.
Geordi and Ro die allegedly. And the transporter loses them, and they're like, oh, they're dead. Fuck it, dude. Anyway, and so they don't have time to grieve because Riker's like, we're fucked over here, dude. This door's jammed with this giant column and this marble column, and everything. It's a mess over here, dude. It's everything. There's glass everywhere. It's dirty, dude.
They haven't swept in weeks.
In the future, why are they still using glass? Something like why are they using like space age fucking?
It's Romulan Gorilla Glass.
Oh, that makes sense.
On Starship, on Federation Starfleet ships, they actually don't use glass.
They use plexiglass.
So canonically, they are using transparent aluminum. So all the windows you see are actually transparent aluminum. So when you see glass around,
the showers are made of transparent.
If you see glass around, it's because someone in production design forgot that glass doesn't really exist as a thing anymore.
God damn it! And, it's always that department, dude.
It's so like when the Enterprise crashes in Star Trek Generations.
Spoiler alert! Spoiler alert!
It's not a spoiler. Don't worry,
dude. You're spoiling it, dude.
And
now you're explaining more to the viewers than anything.
There's glass flying everywhere, and you're like, "What? What glass?" To be fair, what rocks? I was about to say, So
we're fine.
They come from the same place the rocks did.
Exactly.
So
glass and rock space.
So Riker's having a hard time moving this shit, and then fucking Data comes out of nowhere, and he's like, "No worries, bruh." Oh, first of all, one thing I noticed is that Worf can't move that thing, and then like Riker helps him, and then now he can. Like,
Yeah,
Worf is fucking weak,
Riker's
dude.
got like some superhuman strength. All
Worf
of a
is
sudden,
weak as shit, dude.
Yeah, dude.
Riker just come. Well, okay, maybe Worf was just having a bad spine day.
Oh,
You know,
yeah.
he's still recovering.
He's recovering from his brain spine.
Yeah.
So then they move the thing, and they're like, "All right, let's blow this joint."
Oh,
and they
one quick
blow it out of
thing.
the air.
They confirmed that is a brain in his butt. That really is.
It is, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
So okay.
So they based it on an old dinosaur design. I think it's the Stegosaurus, where scientists, paleontologists, I think it's been disproven, but there was a theory that Stegosauruses, to control the lower half of their body or something, had a brain in their butt.
Oh boy.
So
I thought it was inspired by, like, I think there's actual human physiology where it's like there's a bundle of nerves closer to the base of your spine that can provide reflexive actions, like if a signal reaches that first.
Well, your whole spine is that. Your whole spine actually is reflexive. So when you like touch something hot and you recoil, that's actually your spine responding, not your brain.
So they might have taken that concept and just said, yeah, there's an actual brain on the spine now.
Yeah. So when that guy who was designing the Klingon spine, he was just like, well, I just put a butt down there and I just doubled the number of vertebrae. And then there you go.
I mean, we have to explain their cake somehow.
Yeah.
Stick
There you
a brain inside it.
So they blow up the bad stuff, as I call it, and then Picard's like, well, anyway, I'm gonna leave. Like that's the stupid thing. Like I get that he has to go and like check in with Beverly and like, hey, what like I get this part, but he's got to delegate, dude. He can't just leave the fucking post when like major shit's going on, dude. Like he just goes, all right, well, I'll see you guys later, and then walks away, and then Ro was like laying there, and you're like, why didn't he see the Ro like laying there? Why didn't he see this hot chick just laying there? And then you realize, like, oh, the ghost, dude, fucking ghost.
Ghost.
And then she goes to the infirmary, and the door won't work for her. And then why don't they? Here I have a question. Why don't they use infrared? Why don't they see them?
No, they're in another like
parallel.
They are phased out of reality.
Got it. Okay. Well, there's more to that than that. Okay.
Yeah.
So then she goes to
they're not
sick
predators.
Bay.
They are. They are.
Cool,
they,
though.
But the thing, okay. So here's the
Geordi's
thing.
got predator vision, dude. Come on. You hear the captain laughing. Ha 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 ha. And you see it in Geordi's eyes. And it's like, you hear this.
Another physics thing. If they are not in the same plane of reality, how can they still see them? That means they have to be able to interact with that reality, because otherwise, like the light photons from the environment wouldn't hit their eyeballs.
I get it.
And also, they couldn't breathe. And all this shit.
Yeah.
Like,
look, that's too much science for 40 minutes.
It's Star Trek.
It's too much science.
For whatever reason, this is one of the rare times where none of that shit is enough to throw me off liking the episode. Like, I acknowledge that it's a huge problem, but like, it's not affecting my ability to like the episode this time.
I think the big moment for me is before you could just be distracted as a regular audience member where you're like, oh, they're just walking around. Sure. It's the moment they enter and leave turbo lifts. And you see them like
every instance
going
of
up
that.
and down, then I'm like, wait a minute.
Or anytime they phase through anything that they're walking through or touching themselves, and like all that stuff just brings attention to how, like, wait, what about their feet or anything else that's happening? And
can they consummate their ghostness and not get pregnant?
I mean, ostensibly they could have, those two, because they were able to touch each other.
Why didn't they? Was that your question?
Later on in the podcast, I have other questions about
this episode. Was such a missed opportunity for like them to like, okay, we're watching Picard behind closed doors, and like, what does he do when he thinks no one's looking?
Yeah, like, well, they did do that. They did it a little bit when Ro's running.
I mean, during the fight scene when they're going from room to room, they kind of almost are peeping.
The girl came out of the shower, dude.
When that started happening, I was like, what the hell, Star Trek? Why? And then it's like, oh no, wait, we'll show you a guy doing push-ups next.
No, wait. She turns around to check out the girl, dude. Did you notice that?
Oh, she does?
Yeah. I think she does. It's a weird angle, but I think she does.
When you say you think she does, I don't believe you anymore.
No, well, if you look at the video, like, because it's a weird angle, because like you're seeing her come out across from the shower or whatever, the bathroom, And then the next shot, it's Ro, like you're seeing the back of Ro, and then she turns around. And you can't tell if it's to check out the girl or to see if the dude's behind her.
Yeah.
It looks like her glance doesn't really catch much of the girl, but
That's what I would be doing. I would be like, "Oh, I'm invisible. Let me go check out some things here. Let me go see something."
Wow, you're a bad person.
yeah.
Let me go see something.
So Picard goes to talk to Beverly, and she's like, you have to mark them as dead. And she's like, what? And she's like, yeah, they're gone. They're not coming back.
Yeah,
dude.
they're dead. Just go ahead and update their profile as deceased.
You know what I
And
thought for a brief moment? During that scene, I thought Picard was about to go to Beverly and ask to recall their last save state from the biofilters.
That's what I thought too.
Why don't they do that every time?
I know.
But then as soon as I asked, that's too much. That'll break the show.
So
remember when Tasha was killed?
I know. God damn it.
So here's my thing. This is what I thought, and I thought my thoughts ran away with me, and I thought this is the coolest thing that could happen, dude. Which is that they bring them back from a safe state, and now there's two versions of them, one ghost and one. So they're parallel versions of themselves.
Yeah, I thought that was gonna happen too.
And I'm like, eventually they're gonna unphase them, and then they're gonna have to kill one set.
I mean, you act like people haven't thought of these types of stories before.
Who knows? There's a lot of episodes of Star Trek.
Yeah. Missed opportunities. But anyway, so she's like, Markham is dead, and she's like, all right. And then finally, Ro finds Geordi, and Geordi could see her.
Oh, okay. I just remembered earlier when she first talks to him, like, why is she like behind a glass as though she's like Hannibal Lecter or something?
Yeah.
I don't get it.
Hello, Geordi.
She's like, hello, Geordi.
And they even mic'd her from behind the glass. It's kind of hard to hear her.
So then they're like, oh, so then Ro is like basically like, oh, this is like what my Bible says. We're ghosts. We're dead. We're in purgatory. Yep. And Geordi's like, shut up, dude. You don't know shit, dude. I'm a man of science.
She was like, she's like, I've been watching lots of Zach Bagans.
Yeah, he was basically like,
Ro was like, I read a book, and you don't have to take my word for it. But
God damn it, dude.
We're probably dead.
Geordi was like fucking Esqueleto and fucking in fucking Nacho Libre. He was like, what do you hate me? Because I believe in science. And so he's like, hey, dude, I think we're not dead, dude. I think we're just in a weird state. I thought Geordi was going to go, we should kiss, just to make sure we
Hey, you know what? Points to Geordi. Yeah. He didn't creep out this episode.
He did not.
True.
Yeah. Continued points to Geordi. I'll keep giving them to him.
But he could have been like,
he could have been like
lips,
that.
Our lips can
He's
touch.
like, okay, so our lips touch, but let's try our privates just to make sure.
Let's just try it.
Just genital to genital touch to see what happens.
Just touching.
Yes.
Yeah.
Are we still stimulated? Who knows? Let's figure this out. It's for science. And so
what about our butts?
Yeah, dude. Bear kisses, as they call them. So Geordi, like he's like trying to figure this out, and then finally, basically, they're like, I think something weird's going on. We should go down to where we originally left from, which was the ship. What are they called? Corvians? What are these Vulcans? Romulans. Sorry. Romulans. They're like, we should go down to the Romulans and ship and see what's happening down there and investigate. All right. And meantime, Data's like, hey, I was in the call Professor Xavier. He's Professor Xavier. Can I plan the funeral? I don't know why I get those crossed. I know why, but so he's like, Xavier, can I plan the funeral? And he's like, yeah, no, go ahead, dude. Plan this funeral, dude.
Professor.
It's important that a robot does it. A robot. And so he's like, all right. And then Picard bumps into fucking Riker, and he's like, oh, fucking Geordi's gonna do a bit about not Geordi. Data's gonna do Geordi's funeral, and he's gonna plan it and stuff. And he's like, oh, I should say something.
Mm-hmm.
And first of all, he's assuming a lot that they're like, oh yeah, Riker, you should speak. What if they're like, no,
they're like, actually, we didn't really want you to talk.
Yeah,
this one.
yeah. How about you keep your mouth shut? But he's like, oh, I should say something. And then Picard Picard's like, oh yeah, you should say something about Geordi, and he's like, oh no, about Ro, because I fucked her that one time.
So it's agreed that that's what he was going to talk about.
I think so.
Oh,
Right?
yeah.
Well,
absolutely.
I mean, okay. Ostensibly, they have established some sort of connection since then because they both remembered it. So, it's just that we haven't
he was
seen
so
anything.
short with her. He was so short with her.
Yeah, that is the weird thing. They just went right back to being at each other's throats at the beginning. I don't know why they did that.
So remind me, when did they fuck again?
They fucked when
they lost all their memories of who they were.
Oh, yes.
And the fake alien was in there. He's like, what happened? What happened?
Yeah.
So back.
Who crashed this fucking hot dog cart into this fucking...
We're all trying to figure out who did this.
So I think he was basically going to go, look, I fucked this lady a couple times. And I thought I didn't feel anything, but I really miss her now. So I think I really loved her, or I wanted to fuck her again. I can't think of which one it is, but I feel like that's
and
what
Data's like, I know that feel, bro.
Yeah. Oh, dude.
Why was that so scandalous and awful?
No, it was good. I meant it as a good So then they're hitching a ride on the, what is it called? The shuttle?
Yes.
And they're like,
considering the ability to just push a fucking Romulan out the Enterprise into space forever, how dangerous is a shuttle?
Oh, probably
you can't
really
grab
dangerous.
on his shit and inertia's everywhere.
Yeah, they probably go, oh.
You have to have you have to be so fucking good at riding public transportation to take a shuttle.
Yeah.
So they have a feeling of inertia? Then why won't they feel that on the fucking ship the whole time either?
Shut up,
dude. It's science, dude.
Look, you're thinking about it way too much.
Yeah.
You're
So then they're hitching a ride and they're spying on them, and then he basically Data asks Worf, like, hey, I'm planning this funeral, like, it's basically a talk about death, and Worf is like, oh, it's an honor to die, and he gets all horned up about fucking dying.
So good. I'm so happy for him.
Man. He's out there fucking riding in Valhalla, dude.
He's in fucking Klingon Valhalla.
It's a good scene, man.
Yeah. And it's a good scene. It's a good scene, and you see Data's humanity and shit. And then they get to the Romulan ship, and they get off, and immediately there's a guy in the chair who no one's acknowledging. Who you're like, oh, another ghost.
Oh yeah,
right?
he's a ghost too. Yeah.
He's a pouting fucking ghost, dude. And like I guess I
feel like this was a separate incident.
Yeah, right. Like he was stuck, right? And also,
he's been stuck for years.
Well, he's angry because he's hungry, dude. He's so hungry, dude.
I do love how conspicuously he's just sitting there, sour faced, like at first.
How can he be sitting? And he can't interact with the chair. How can he sit?
I know, dude. Too much science, dude. So anyway, he's just sitting there being grumpy because he has gluten. And Geordi's like sticking his face everywhere, and he's like, "Oh, this looks weird here," but he never sticks his face into a bathroom or a locker room. Come on, dude! It's Geordi, dude. He's a pervert. So
I'm pretty sure the chair is fucking swinging as he's turning in this fucking chair.
No. He's been phased for so long that he's just had enough time to build up his leg muscles.
The chair moves as he gets up.
That chair moves sometimes.
Yeah.
He's gotten really good at mimicking the movements of the chair. It was his only pastime. He's gotten so good at it.
Or when their accident happened, the chair phased with him.
Yeah,
it's actually
that chair is fucking gone.
Yeah,
it's a ghost chair. It's a ghost chair.
Yeah, it's a ghost chair now.
Yeah.
You know what? You just solved your own problem, Marvin.
Yeah, dude. Everything they touch, the floor is a ghost floor. So anyway, they basically are like, oh, look at this thing, dude, this thing, and they figure out that they're sketchy as shit, these people, and that they're trying to phase twice. And so they're like, oh, maybe if we figure this out, we could reverse engineer it and figure out what's happening. Mm-hmm. And then they overhear that they're like, that those Romulans are like, hey, we're doing something sketchy. And when those dudes turn on their engine, to warp drive, boom, they're dead, dude. But it's weird. It's weird that like it's a classic James Bond thing where like they're monologuing, you know, like they know already. Like what did that to remind each other? Like, hey, we fucked up.
Did you remember to fill the warp tank?
Remember when we bombs? Remember when we fucked up their engine and they explode when they leave? And it's like, yeah, I'm so excited. Are you excited about that? Yes,
dude, this is gonna be great, right?
This is gonna be amazing.
It's gonna be. When we get back to Romulus, we're gonna get such promotion, such.
They're gonna
employees
forget
of the month.
we fucking phased Steve and we can't find him.
They're gonna totally forget that we phased the president's son.
and Steve's just sitting there all angry, and so he hears that they're gonna try to like not only tell like divulge the plan, but also try to fix themselves. And this guy's angry because no one could see him, dude.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. And he's very pissed because he's used to a lot of attention. He's an attention whore. And
no one's looking at me now.
Yeah, he posts a lot of selfie pictures on Instagram.
0 likes.
Yeah.
Now there's one. It's him.
Here's what I say.
The Instagram works in the face dimension.
Yes.
Yeah. He's taking...
So I have a theory on Instagram. Can I tell you this Instagram theory? If you want to know if somebody's really narcissistic, you take a page, and I've checked your guys' pages because it's safe. I could say this freely. Okay. You go to somebody's page, and if you can't look, you know how there's 9 pictures that fit on your phone, like when you're looking at their all their pictures. About 9 pictures fit. If they're in a third of those pictures, like as a selfie, I think like they're a narcissistic person. But if they're not, they're an interesting person, and I want to follow them.
Interesting.
That's my theory. I think all you guys are safe.
My Instagram is entirely of food and cats.
Yeah.
There's nothing else.
What does that mean?
And
I appear rarely.
I don't think I've ever seen any of you guys post.
Sometimes I just go, man, I did a good job cooking that. I'm gonna take a picture of
that. I have a public Instagram if you guys want to follow me. Some of you follow me. It's ricardo.h264.
Yes,
correct.
Yes.
All right. So this dude Tim, he's fucking pissed.
It's funny that we have to confirm his Instagram for him.
Yes. This fact was not lost on me. I'm just letting it rock.
So Geordi, he finally figures out. He gets on the ship, and how does Geordi not notice that this weird dude who's not talking, no one's talking to him, just like gets on the because he had to get in the shuttle.
Yeah,
right. Yeah,
that was a thing that like kind of threw me off a little bit.
Oh my god, that doesn't make any sense now.
No.
We're going to be hiding on the shuttle.
No. The part that's like weirdest to me is like the scene that they showed to show you that he's on the Enterprise now. The shuttle bay opens and these like random people come in, like a couple, like back from holiday. They look like they're having a good time coming back from somewhere. It's like, where'd you come from? The Romulan ship?
Yeah.
The only other thing to go to right now?
Yeah. And then the dude comes out.
This doesn't make any sense. This episode sucks.
I know. And it's a great episode. It's a great episode.
I love
it. So they come back to the Enterprise and they're like, hey, we know what we have to do now is that we have to like get their attention so they don't turn on the warp drives because then they're fucked. And then they go to Data and the girl who's grieving because she killed 2 people in one day.
Yes.
And she's now not on the fucking console. They're like, get away, fucking Karen. You incompetent fool. We're going to bring back Miles O'Brien. And they're investigating. She's helping with the investigation. And then Data figures out that there's like these doohickeys that appear like mini chlorines, and Geordi figures out that it's everywhere where they've been that these mini chlorines kind of appear. This is a technical term. I don't give a fuck what it is.
Yeah, mini chlorine is good.
And then Geordi's like, oh, I have the midi chlorines in me, and wherever I pass through something, I leave them there. So he starts fucking just walking over the fucking console, like leaving all his midi chlorines all over the fucking place, dude.
So the first thing I thought he was gonna do is write a message
Yes, that is something you wish you would do.
Fucking
either
Morse
that, or at
code?
the very least, Morse. Yeah, Morse. I was thinking about Morse.
Yeah, or just touch himself, and by a console and see if he kind of appears, a little bit.
What if he just phased through data a bunch of times? Just keep phasing through data, like make data detect himself.
Yeah. But and then he figures out that like if he does it to a console and Data does a little gun thing, he can kind of touch things and things become more malleable. And I'm like, why not? And then of course Data stops doing it then, but he could have just like done it to a button,
Yeah.
and like started typing, like, and then Data
like so I thought also the thing, because he shoots his hand a little and it's like, oh, it's a little harder to push through, right? I thought this is where we get into ghost territory, where he starts like concentrate. I compose data.
I get what you mean.
And the penny, there's a penny, and he fucking lifts it up and gives it to her. And then Data's like, I do love Geordi, and the power of love brought them together, and they kiss, and then Whoopi Goldberg takes him.
I will say though, that special effect shot of him like having more trouble getting into the console is like my favorite special effect shot of the show.
Oh, these special effects were so expensive. Yeah. I
love them.
I think this was one of the most expensive episodes of the season.
They thought it was going to be a bottle episode, though. Originally,
it is a bottle episode. It's just that
like they originally wanted it to be one that would cut costs.
Yeah, they thought this would be a cheap one, and then they were like, "Oh shit, we've never done these types of green screen effects before. It's really hard."
But I love watching Geordi like force his hand into the console.
Yeah, they even do like the reflection in the console really well.
Yeah, it looks so good.
Yeah,
it was well done. It was well done.
Yeah.
And then the fucking bad dude takes a hold of fucking Ro, dude, and he's like, "Fuck you, take me to the other dude, the smart dude with the glasses. He's gonna bring us back." And
instead of cooperating, I'm gonna be an antagonist.
What an idiot. Classic Romulans.
So he's got her at gunpoint.
Yeah.
And Ro's like, all right, I'll take you to him. And then bam, she does the old fucking two-handed fucking
She
punch.
does the old walk through a door and he doesn't see me, kick him through the door.
Yeah. I mean, I do like that idea. It's something that only works in a phasing situation. So cool. They thought of a fun gag for that.
Yeah. I wanted like fights where they're like going through walls so that like they don't know what their next punch will be. And then they're like
so you guys got to look at that shot where the girl in the shower comes out. It's a weird shot. So
it's because it's a mirror.
It's a mirror. That's what it is.
Yeah.
She definitely checks the girl out then.
And then because they composite into the mirror, it's a little confusing as to like whether, because the distance isn't the correct distance for the reflection.
Clearly, it was way more important to show you the girl.
Yeah. And the guy working out. The close up.
Ro?
Like the random ass like stale cheesecake you could ask for.
Look, if all I gotta say is if Marvin was on the Enterprise, he would be the guy doing the push-ups. That would be 100% what you would find Marvin doing. I'm not even kidding. Right, Marvin? You know, Marvin's always doing pull-ups or push-ups in his off time.
Is that code for jacking off? What's going on, Sarah?
Literal pull-ups.
Why do you keep going like that? Right, Marvin? Right?
I don't even know what we're talking about.
There's no insinuation. I just do push-ups sometimes.
No, that's literally what it is. That's how I feel like I find Marvin.
Sarah,
when I'm just
why did you say it that way though?
Because I want him to confirm that he's always doing pull-up or push-ups at all times. So when he has a spare moment, he's either doing that.
When I have a spare moment and I'm not horrifically sick, I am doing push-ups.
He's like this guy in his room doing push-ups. Like
that sounds like code for like guy. He's Marvin's in his room jacking off all the time.
We need Charles Bronson.
Yeah, dude. he's like, what is this? What is this? Tell me the truth. He uses this for jacking off.
And then he shoots me with the bazooka.
Yeah. So Ro is definitely checking out this chick. I've seen it repeatedly, and I can guarantee she's checking this chick out. Anyway, so she goes through all these rooms trying to escape this guy with the phaser.
Yeah,
and then and Geordi's trying to track it down, and he's actually tracking down.
Mm-hmm.
Ro and this goon Tim, and then they run past the guy working out. They really wanted to put a guy jacking off, but they couldn't do it. TV did.
Well, also in the future, if nobody jacks off anymore, they either have a harp
That's
lady
true.
do it, or they go to the holodeck and then they just get it done.
Also, tell me this isn't weird when so they end up Ro and Tim end up in the last room.
Yes.
And also, what's Tim's plan? Like he's got the phaser to her head and goes, "Tell me where the fucking nerd is."
Yes,
and I know. And what is he gonna? She's gonna shoot her, and then he can't find Geordi.
Yeah, she should have just been like, "Well, let me show you, and don't shoot me, because if you do, you're not gonna find him."
You know, dude. And so,
also, why don't we cooperate since we're both in the same problem?
I know
you pointing the phaser at me doesn't make it any better.
Hey, you know what? We don't know how long he had been like that. He might have gone a little crazy.
He's just a little crazy.
He's crazy.
Just a little bit cabin fever, like Q2 Hypercube.
My response, if I was fucked that way for a while, I would have turned like, "Oh my god, you guys are phase 2? Holy shit, it's been so long."
Yeah. And then it would like, "Oh my god, let's kiss."
Yeah.
3-way kiss.
Can we do our lips work? Can our lips touch?
Yeah.
So,
And they just have a 3-way right there.
okay, yeah, and they're like, this could be our last 3-way before we die. Let's have ghost 3-ways.
Turns into like a French
just kidding.
new wave movie.
Unless,
So, okay, is it me or like the dude who was having dinner in that room? Kind of, it felt a little sketchy to me.
Yeah.
Right, like something was off.
It's
right,
definitely weird. It's giving like escort or something.
Well, I think whenever.
well, if it's an escort, it's a paid transaction, though.
Yeah.
No, to each their own. Yeah.
So
sure.
I think the thing that's
fine.
weird to me, if I'm remembering correctly, whenever anyone I think it's weird when couples
when people feed each other.
Yeah, feed each other.
Yeah.
I don't like that. I don't like.
Have you ever seen people do that in public?
I don't like that at
In
all.
public,
Can I say what I hate with all my being is when a couple's sitting in a booth and they sit on the same side.
Oh yes, I hate that too. I hate that too.
To know, like it
That's so
it
weird
enrages
to
me. I'm like, you can't see her, you piece of shit.
Yeah,
Like
it's like sit across from each other.
Yeah,
Why are you sitting on the same side?
You're gonna get a crick in your neck, dude, from fucking turning to the side to look at her, dude.
No, it's because they want to be physically touching.
I know. Why not just sit
so
across
weird.
and hold hands?
Yeah,
That
I
works
don't
just as
know.
well. Touch feet, footsies.
Yeah,
It angers me
I
so
agree.
much, dude. I
It's
want to go.
weird.
This does not make logical sense, even though you're in love, dude. You guys are pieces of shit, and it makes me
Also,
wanna
don't
just
feed each
leave.
other. I don't like it.
Yeah.
I don't want to see that.
Nobody wants to see that shit, dude.
It's like, are you a baby? Why are you being fed? I don't want anybody
Yeah.
to feed.
I think
me
one of the
anything.
grossest things it
Ugh.
made me go.
Man, we really do hate a lot of stuff.
Oh, I really don't like it. Is I think Sarah and I were at like a rooftop sushi restaurant once, and we were just like watching a older guy do this to like younger blonde lady, like raw sushi, feeding her raw sushi, and I was like, oh, I don't like this. I don't like what's happening.
Yeah.
What, like sashimi pieces, or
like sashimi pieces. Yeah.
Okay.
I was like, oh, I don't know. I don't.
Well, you know,
I
it was
I don't know why
clearly
that's
a
so much
situation.
worse. Like,
'Cause it's
I
like
feel like it's
raw
about as
fish.
bad anyway.
But you're
It's
giving like
about
raw.
as bad as anything.
It's like you're giving raw food to someone's mouth.
I think feeding any adult that is capable of feeding themselves is very strange. You know, like I don't know. Don't feed an adult.
This couple's weird, dude. This couple's weird, and then
A bunch of
Ro
couples
and
are
them
going to come after all of y'all.
I know. And
What for feeding?
It's like, how dare you? I feed my husband every day, and vice versa.
I also think it's weird if someone's watching you eat like that. That's weird.
Here's the only acceptable way you could feed somebody:
Okay.
if they're physically incapable of.
Yes, no,
You
I
know?
said if you're physically.
yes, obviously.
That's it.
Yes,
No,
that's fine.
Marvin has a zero tolerance policy on this shit. Okay.
I go to like a nursing home and I'm like, gross, guys, stop.
Remember, if he showed
How
even
could
just
you
a little
feed
bit of
them?
tolerance, he couldn't call it zero tolerance.
Yeah, it's true. It's true.
Wow, you aren't capable of feeding yourself? How disgusting. That's crazy.
You know what? I used to feel bad making jokes about Stephen Hawking, but now it's open season on Stephen Hawking.
Yeah, no, for sure. 100%.
Yeah. Goddamn piece of shit, dude.
He's dead anyway.
Yeah. He's fucking dead. It's
thank God he's dead.
What would he care?
Yeah. So
if he's so smart, why is he dead?
Yeah.
So fucking Geordi rolls up and he fucking like out of the NFL dude just fucking rolls over this dude. Boom. And he yells, "Roll Tide." This guy goes floating out of the ship.
Him hard to make someone go flying like that.
Hard enough to go through the wall.
You have to be very strong.
Geordi was hard probably after that, if you know what I mean. And
I've almost kind of done that to a person once.
Tim just flies out. Phantoms. What the fuck? What did you say?
What?
What'd you confess, Tim?
What? When did you do that?
You almost like hurled someone out of a spaceship like that?
Yeah.
Well, I once pushed someone with unexpected force, and they were a lot lighter than me.
Was it like a little child?
No, it was just someone who was fairly skinny and lanky.
Wow. And, what did they do to you?
They flew a good distance, and I felt really bad.
Why did you do that? Why would you do that to somebody? Oh, you were in middle school. Okay.
Yeah, it was one of those dumb things.
That's what middle schoolers do.
Yeah.
Did this person deserve it?
Oh, no, not at all.
What? So you were a bully?
In that instance, absolutely I was.
Really? Wow.
Yeah, I was a total piece of shit in that instance.
Oh, wow. Okay, Dan. I didn't know you were capable.
I'm just saying it's possible to fucking send someone flying and feel really bad about it.
I wonder if Geordi felt bad and was like, "Damn, I didn't know he was going to go through the wall."
No, Geordi
go into space like that.
Geordi felt like a man.
Geordi's like, damn. Geordi was like, "I've always wanted to kill a man."
And Ro was like,
okay, but I'm sure his expectation was like, maybe he'll just hit the wall. I didn't think he was going to go through it and go into fucking space.
No, he was like,
I would have been like, oh shit. Oh my God.
He was like, that could not have gone better. And then Ro turned to him and was like, dude, we need to fuck now. Like, that was amazing.
Yeah, that was a baller move. And so Picard's talking to Baltok, or whatever his name is, the leader of the other dudes. And he's like, hey guy. And he's like, oh, the engines are working as planned. Thank you. They're beautiful. All 8 cylinders are firing. And he's like, well, we're going to go. Okay, pal. And Picard's like, go with God.
Oh, and I forgot to mention. Okay, so they gave him a shitty engine, right?
It's like that's fucked up, dude.
You know, that's great.
They were like, let's give him an engine a few generations
because Worf was like
an old computer.
No, it was a computer, not an engine. They wanted an old computer, and I was saving that for later because no one had mentioned it yet. But I can't believe how much we needed just one goddamn scene where Worf's legit security concerns are noted and heeded.
Yeah.
Yes. Because Worf was like, we shouldn't give them a good computer, right? I don't think we should do that.
Well, Riker just agrees and it's like, oh yeah. We should. Why don't we give them one of the old ones that they already kind of know?
Give them an E-machine. And
like Riker comes up with a solution that satisfies Worf's requirements. He's like, how about this? And Worf's like, yeah. And then like, okay, you do that and make sure that it's to your satisfaction.
Yes. Yeah. And then Worf goes, thank you for listening to me.
I know. I loved it. That scene helps make the episode for me. I love this episode.
Riker goes, give him the Android of engines, of computers. and he's like, all right, so no iPhones. He's like, no, fucking green bubbles only, pal. And so damn. So they get the old Baltok's like, all right, so thank you, Governor. And Picard's like, Godspeed, sir. And they're like, all right, let's shag ass out of here because we got to go solve another problem. And then the lady's like, no, I gotta sweep the midichlorians from the fucking air, dude. They're everywhere. And they're like, oh, thank God. Like, they're dead, dude. And so
I kind of love how giddy they get about like, oh, we gotta live.
Yeah. And so they hold hands and they're like, we gotta go. Yeah. And so they run to the funeral to spread their midichlorians all over the place. And the way they do it is because they still have they have Tim's fucking gun, and they set it once, and then no one sees them. They're like, oh, no one, and then they blow up the gun. Basically, they make a bomb out of the gun.
You're skipping over like a part I really like where Ro kind of just goes around lazily shooting at random spots in Gen 4.
Doesn't she shoot Riker in the face?
Shoots Riker in the face,
yeah, because he's like, I'm never gonna find out what the fuck you're gonna say. Ugh, I'm so mad, and it's great. I love that she just fucking shoots him in the face. It's awesome.
And then it doesn't work, so she blows up the gun, and then finally they boost the midichlorian cleaners. And they see them, Picard and Data see them for like a split second, like very light, very, very, very light.
They see their ghosts.
And then Picard's like, "What?" He's like, "Tell me you saw that." And he's like, "Oh yeah, it's weird." And then Data starts doing the math, and he's like, "Oh, got it. Let's boost the strength on these midichlorian cleaners." And so they boost it, and they finally they're in the floor just fucking convulsing like in pleasure. Which is weird, by the way. Like, because I guess it's painful to them.
I guess it hurts. I mean, when Data did it to Geordi's hand, he did go.
Yeah, that's true. He was like,
"Oh yeah, that's true."
That first time as well.
How?
And then they reappear, and everyone's like, "What the fuck? Are they fucking on the floor, dude?" And Riker's playing the trombone, if you know what I mean.
I like how he instantly joined. He was like, "Oh, there's a band playing."
Yeah,
and he just picks up a trombone off the floor. And starts playing.
Sounds like, oh, it's so sad that they're dead.
Yeah. And when they appear, Picard's like, "Were they just fucking on the floor?" Like, he has that look like, "What the fuck are they doing on the floor?"
Yeah, it is kind of weird looking when they first appear.
Ghost perverts. And then they help them up, and it's like, "Oh man, you guys could see us." And then Geordi's like, "Don't turn on the engines, dude, because that fucking."
They put water in the gas tank.
They put water in the gas tank. Yeah. They put a banana in the exhaust pipe. And
it's kind of weird that Data says, "Of course," when Geordi says, "Can you see us, Data?" And it's like, "Of course," but it's like, why say "of course" in that moment?
Also, I love how fast the IT department works in this ship, because immediately, like, Geordi gives an order, and he's like, "Who the fuck was that?" Someone goes, "Who was that?" And Picard's like, "Oh, it's Geordi. He's back, dude. Reactivate his counts." Back. Yeah, and he's like, "I can't reactivate it. I gotta create all new ones. God damn it, Picard." And so they're all happy. They're all, "Oh, I love my funeral." Oh, Geordi's fucking laughing, dude, like an idiot, dude. And then Ro is kissed by Riker, and I think fucking Picard, dude. I think there was a little kiss there.
What?
If you look,
what are you talking about?
When they're back, Riker kisses her kind of in the head. Look at the fucking game tape, dude. Geordi and Data hug.
Yes.
And then look at the scene. They go. Okay, so Beverly hugs Geordi.
Okay.
And then
so Riker. Okay, Beverly hugs Geordi. Riker goes. Oh my God, they do.
See, well, Riker kisses her head, and then Picard goes like.
Why does Riker kiss her? That's weird.
You, that's why, Marvin. You know why?
It's on the head,
but okay.
That's just a little peck on the head.
He's
peck
like,
on the brain.
Old brain peck.
Yeah,
she's back, and maybe I'll have a chance. Maybe we can do some trauma fucking or something.
There's Ro is no stranger.
Yeah.
There's
at all to that.
When the camera pans from the kiss and the hugs, first of all, there's a random dude that goes and hugs Geordi. By the way, just a random dude that we've never seen.
Yeah,
and then there's 4 white dudes in the background, and they're doing some fucking great background acting.
Yeah, there's a lot of background acting going on here.
Yeah,
and
they're all shaking.
They're all shaking their heads.
One of whom looks kind of like a Michael Cera descendant.
Kind of. Well,
yeah.
And then
there's a lot of weird extras in this episode. There's like a ton of randos.
And then Geordi's like, "Hey, thanks, dude. I love you. You're my friend."
I just love watching background work now, because like if in scenes like the parties, when like it should be a big event, like 2 deceased people at their own funeral return, right?
I know.
And the people in the background are just smiling and nodding, going, "Yeah,
these people were dead 2 seconds ago."
Cool.
I'm just happy to be here.
I mean, if I kept telling Marvin, if it were me, I would be like sobbing. I would be crying, screaming, sobbing. Like I don't know.
Yeah,
how
there wasn't a
everyone's so
single person who was
calm.
like, "Oh my
my god,
Marvin,
like,
ghosts!"
Marvin.
like I would have been freaking out. Like
Never bring Sarah to my funeral, dude.
yeah, I would be freaking out. I would be crying.
Yeah, also,
everybody
Sarah, you're not
down.
invited to my funeral either.
Good to know.
You're gonna
Fine,
totally
no,
kill the vibe.
I will not shed one single tear for you guys. Not a
damn it.
single tear. will
Holy
be
shit!
shed.
Did you guys see that? Oh my god! I can't believe they came back at their own funeral. That's what are the odds?
Yeah. Or like, what is? I would just say like, what is happening? What is happening?
Yeah.
How these people were
I
dead?
know crazy shit happens on this ship all the time,
Yeah.
but that's nuts.
Sarah would be just running around.
God, is that the Undertaker?
So in the next scene, Geordi's eating a fucking buffet of food, dude. Just
He's
everything.
eating like chow
starving.
mein and shit. Yeah.
Yeah, he's like, you're gonna eat that, dude? Give me those fucking rolls, dude. You're not eating anything. And she's like, you're
Those
hungry. And
burger
he's like, yeah,
rolls.
I haven't fucking eaten in 2 days, dude. I'm hungry as shit, dude.
She's like, you've been eating for the last hour. I was
Which
like,
then
oh my
Yeah.
God.
made me realize this is 2 days. I
Yeah.
didn't seem like 2 days.
Yeah, it
seemed like
certainly
one
didn't
day.
seem like 2 days.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It seemed like hours. And then basically she's like, oh, I thought, I used to discount the Bible, but now I think I'm into the Bible now. And then Geordi's like, oh, we should make our own fucking gizmo because, it got Ro to change her ways. And then they fucking laugh really weirdly.
Yeah, they do like a sitcom ending
a
laugh.
really
No, it wasn't
forced
so bad.
laugh.
Like-
No, this was a fucking Dr. Evil and like laugh, dude.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah. It
And
was
all-
super forced.
And then I love this episode, but as soon as it was over, because my wife was standing behind me watching it as well, I was like, God damn it! There's no retribution for fucking that piece of shit, dude. They just let him go, dude. They didn't show us like them rolling up and being like,
Hey, did you try to push shit in our warp
Yeah.
core, you bitch?
yeah, fuck you, dude. We're gonna fucking and then like they just fucking crash into them. Boom! And go, fix that, dude.
They slam into
You
them.
know what they should have shown? They should have shown the Romulan ship attempting to warp away and exploding. And then Picard just goes, checkmate.
And then Tim's still floating.
Gotcha there.
I kind of like, so I get the point of the ending where it's like, oh, and I get the point of the episode is that you have 2 different characters, different point of view. One comes at this problem spiritually, sort of, and the other character comes at it really practically. But the point of the episode was that it was a very practical problem that
Yes, it
required a
was.
very practical solution.
Yeah, honestly, I would have liked it better if they had spent that last button on having a scene with Riker and Ro about what he was going to say.
Yes, that would have
Yes.
been better.
They should have kissed.
And
The
They
other
should've
they don't actually say what he was going to say. Just have them
maybe
interact
there's a
about it.
smirk. There's like a smirk, and then it cuts to the external shot as Riker says, "Well, what I was
Yeah.
gonna say was."
No.
You
This is what Riker should have done, dude. And he's like, Riker should have been like, "Are you real? Are you real now?" And then he touches her. He's like, "Oh, you're real." You know what I mean? And then they kiss, and he's like, I could touch you, and I could feel you now. You know what I mean?
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, the other thing I was going to say is that
Marvin got really excited about that.
well, at the end where she is like, I used to discount my religion. Now I believe it more. I thought Geordi was going to respond and like, why would you believe him more? If anything,
Yeah, we just found a
discounted
new
that-
scientific phenomenon that just recreates one of your myths.
Yeah, I proved
not
to you
proof.
that this was just a physical phenomenon that I fixed. So
Yeah, like you weren't even actually dead, bro. What the fuck are you talking about?
It doesn't make a ton of sense, but
So that's why that, along with all of the physical fucking issues,
10 out of 10. 10 out of 10, Marvin.
so for
10
me,
out of 10.
I enjoy
Mark it a 10
the
for me,
fact
dude.
that I enjoy the fact that it's a vessel to do character work in, and
Yeah.
that's the
Yes.
good stuff. But there's so many glaring, like, why is that happening? I have to give it a 7 out of 10. It's
Marvin,
really
10.
distracting.
10.
wow.
And it
10,
has
bro.
I think it has a really bad button. The last
Oh,
scene
boy.
is not very good, in my opinion.
The Dr. Evil laugh, dude?
Yeah.
Okay, here we go. I'm gonna back it up. 9.5. 9.5.
Okay.
A 10 if they had rolled up and killed that fucker. Bald man, dude.
Or they're trying to. Oh god, they caught up to. They figured out our plan. Warp away. They can only warp at warp 2. And they warp them next. Trying to get away, huh?
Yeah. Goddamn green bubbles. I am going to give it a 9.5 because it was great. It was stupid. It was just what I needed, dude. You know?
It's just what you needed.
Yeah, I'll give it a 9. Yeah, like it was a kind of stupid that I was able to like discount and just enjoy. I was so into the character stuff that I was fine.
I'm not going to lie. I think Ro is my favorite.
That's why you're giving it a 9.5.
Well, honestly, I usually don't have a big Ro bias myself, but in this episode, I really do think like that she.
It's a good opportunity to develop her character. She got to actually show off her character a bit more.
Like I was actually laughing when she would react to Riker talking about his eulogy. Yeah. Like, what are you gonna fucking say? And it was like, yeah, it's great.
Yeah. I will. The other point I wanted to point out is that, remember a while ago I was saying, hey, this season seems like they're redoing a bunch of older episodes. Kind of. This one's kind of a redo of that episode where Beverly was trapped in a dimension on her own.
Yeah,
I guess it's fairly similar to that.
It was lame.
Yeah, this is better.
It's more fun with 2 people.
Yeah, it's more fun with 2 people, and it's also less interesting.
Fun without a murder.
When I guess like in Beverly's case, it was just like magic, like literally or something.
And wasn't Wesley needed to get her back?
Yeah, Wesley had to fix it using traveler magic.
That makes it bad.
Yeah. So, he's like, I have a friend. His name's a traveler, and he's a pervert. He's been to Epstein Island a bunch of times.
Travelers on the Epstein list.
Yeah, dude. For sure, dude. God damn it, dude.
I'd probably give it a 7.
Wow.
Yeah, I know.
Sarah,
I'm really surprised you guys are so high.
Why do we always do this where anytime someone says any score, it's just, wow.
Dude,
I can't believe
I am surprised. I am
surprised. It's such a big gap, though. Usually we're closer
7 to 9? That's not that.
That's
not that big.
No, usually
we're not looking at 2 to 9 here.
Who's a homie that's keeping track of the scores?
Oh, that is Johnny. Johnny,
dude. Mark me a 9.5.
Props to you, Johnny.
Yeah. Sarah, you're a 7.
Mark me a 7. Mark me a 7. Well, because I really did enjoy the that Ro and Geordi got their day to act and like be the main characters, and it was it was really fun to see that. But I don't know, it was kind of. I don't know. The plot was a little uninteresting to me. I don't know.
Oh my god! Have you seen Ghost?
Fascinating to me. I don't. Maybe a long time ago. I know it's like
this.
Patrick
I think that's why I loved it.
Like,
it gave me Ghost vibes. You know.
I mean, believe me, I love ghosts. I love ghosts in general.
And if you're going to compare it to Ghosts,
believe me, I don't believe in ghosts. I don't believe in any paranormal stuff.
But you love this episode.
But I love Ghost the movie.
Well, if you're going to compare it to Ghost. The difference there would be that with Ghost, there is an emotional arc to his character. He has unresolved business, and that's why you're cheering for him to learn his ghost abilities so that he can get revenge.
What are you talking about, dude? Ro had unfinished business, dude. She needed to know what Riker was going to say, dude.
Then she never got it.
The only thing that's needed was a couple things, dude. One,
that's why she never died.
They kiss. Riker and her kiss. 2, they catch up to Baltalk and they fucking beat the shit out of him, dude. 3, dude, is that they solve the problem. Geordi and Rose solve the problem by making pottery. They're sitting Rose behind Geordi, and they're making the pottery, dude.
For me, the one that you're not more enthusiastic about Worf finally being listened to, Sarah.
Yeah,
that's true. You know, that was a bright spot in this episode for sure. And
you should be hyped for that.
That's an 8.
Yeah.
For me, the one thing that I just needed like a few lines of exposition where Geordi was like, "Oh, weird. Why can we walk? Maybe it's because we're not fully phased."
Marvin, you're too in the weeds about the technology, man. You're too
Don't worry. I've fallen in that hole. I've fallen in that hole with other episodes. It's fine. It can happen.
Marvin, they're midi-chlorians, dude. They're midi-chlorians, dude.
But,
Yeah.
that's the point of Star Trek.
Two in the weeds.
Is that it's all explained.
We got 40 minutes. 2 in the weeds. You can't do it.
Even if they explain it in the same
Yeah.
way that they explain like Heisenberg compensator, where they just go, "There's a compensator. It works." Something, but there was nothing to really to explain.
What if they can't explain it? They don't know.
They could come up with anything. They could just say, we're not.
What if the explanation is we don't know? Sometimes you go through into space and sometimes you can walk.
Well,
normally.
even if they lampshaded it and Geordi was like, I'm not quite sure, and he comes up with a few theories, but they're not substantiated.
Yeah.
Even that would have been enough for me.
Oh my gosh. You're too in the weeds. I don't like it for not the same reason that you're pointing out. That's fine. All that's fine with me. I just think, I don't know. It was okay. It was all right.
Can I say something?
Good thing they had a surface integrity matrix inside of the phasing interlocking whatever.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, and they found the midichlorians. Here's the thing. I have a theory that Sarah doesn't like Ro.
Yeah. I like Ro. No, I love Ro.
Especially that laugh
was a little telling.
That,
no, I love her.
It's like when you're like, yeah. You gave me vibes like you don't like your coworker.
No, I do. I like Ro.
I'm fucking shocked. I'm shocked you would say that.
I think it's more like I'm not that big on Geordi. I think maybe he's probably my out of the two of them for sure. But no, I like Ro. I like Ro. She's cool. I don't know. It was fun, but not more fun than like a 7. You know, like that's fair.
Boy. All right,
That's
we'll
fair.
give it to you. We'll give it to you, but we understand you don't like Ro. we understand.
I love Ro. I do, and she's refreshing.
That's what you would say if you hated somebody. Did
I do?
I
like
Ro
her so much. I
wanted to ask
her.
a question real quick. Is this the second time Picard's told that story about Geordi?
Yeah, dude.
Knowing him, like first meeting him and stuff.
He knows one story and he keeps telling it, dude.
I think I might have explained this to you guys earlier. And
okay, because
like
you?
Yeah,
I was wondering if it was something that
you?
has been treaded. Sorry, go ahead, Ricardo.
No, I was wondering. Yeah, had the same question. Like, was it Marvin deja vu or was it show deja vu?
I think I told you guys in a story. I think that's
okay, because
I explained it.
Because I had the thought that if it had already been in the show once before, I would have actually liked them repeating it here because it's very human to have a go-to feel-good story about somebody.
Yep.
Yeah.
They should have shown the flashback with Picard with hair and it's parted to the side.
I mean, this is the most that Picard's ever cared about Geordi. So
essentially, yeah.
It's never come up before that he cares.
Yeah, he's like, I loved his predator vision. That one time he showed it to us.
He loved the predator vision.
Oh my god! What if he brought that up? He was like, Riker, I gotta tell you,
he showed us what comes through his visor, and we could see everything that he saw.
I could not get enough.
Move his arms around, and we can see.
Well, now that you bring that up, it's kind of fun to think about. Like, if you died, what would be the one story that someone would tell about you? You know, like, I don't know.
Yeah, that sort of stuff's fun. Like, I love stories about attending your own funeral. I love that shit.
Yeah, and like, I in my head right now know the stories that I would tell. I have one about you, Dan. I have one ready for, if unfortunately
get it ready.
I had
I'm just
to.
kidding.
I would.
Oh, huge knock on wood.
I have one for everybody.
I have one. I have mine's would involve a video I have. It's when I made Marvin the salsa shot.
You would have a video where like we need to project this up on I need to play this video.
I'm like, this is a video when I made Marvin take a salsa shot.
Oh no, I thought you were gonna say the video that you made when I quit our last job.
Oh yeah, that's
you
true.
made a going
I
away
still have
video.
That.
Wait, what? He made a going away video?
After I put in my 2 weeks,
What?
Ricardo started taking like secret footage of me.
Wait. Yes, I did. Sarah. Wait, let me explain. Sarah. This is what I did at the last job.
What?
That job that shall not be named. Martin put his 2 weeks. He told us, in 2 weeks, I'm going to be gone. I'm moving on. It's like, great.
Right.
And I immediately started taking video secretly of Marvin, and I stopped work. I stopped work on everything. And I told our boss, like, I'm going to do this video with Marvin. And she's like, you stop what you're doing. You work on this thing.
Oh my god!
It was funny. And I stopped working for like 2 weeks, dude, and
What?
only dedicated myself to.
And you took like secret footage of me as I was walking around. And,
Where is this video? I've never seen this.
Like
What?
now I do want to see the video just to see what the result was from all the secret footage.
I think I have it on my private Instagram, so I can share it with you guys. I think I can.
All right,
No,
or my,
you
or my
don't.
Facebook. Or my
uploaded
Facebook
it
video.
to Instagram?
I think it ended up on my private Facebook videos.
Yeah.
So I can share it with you guys there.
How did I not ever see? You never told me about this.
No, I showed it to you.
No, Marvin, you've never.
I definitely did, and you were like, "Wow."
No, I don't recall this at all, and I feel like I would
Marvin,
remember
you
something.
had
We
to
can
download
film that I
and
might have
send it
seen
to-
it.
yeah.
I just want to see what the footage is again now that I know it was taken secretly.
I'll show it to you again.
That's actually amazing. So look, so Ricardo at your funeral, knock on wood, would have a lot of media to show of videos.
Yeah.
To show
Well, I need the video now,
apparently.
Marvin. I need the video to re-show it.
Oh,
I put a lot of work to that.
I will.
That was 2 weeks of work.
I will put it up.
Wow, that's
In our private
that's-
chat
That's
over
dedication. That's dedication. Wow. Okay.
All right. Well,
Wow.
this episode slightly split. Not really. 7 and 9 is not that big a difference. It's just some of us really liked Ensign Rowe, and some of us really, really hate the way the physics work. That's all.
Yeah.
And some of us think that the plot was a little meh.
That's fine.
Can I say something real quick before we log off?
Oh, yeah.
With that video, I remember one of our coworkers
Mm-hmm.
who you were really good friends with, who you went to their wedding.
Mm-hmm.
She cried. I remember that. I remember thinking like, "Wow, dude! I made this person cry."
While watching the video?
Yes.
Wow. Oh my gosh. I gotta. Wow. I don't recall this at all. No one. Marvin did not.
Because I
share
thought
this.
was the song playing. What
I don't
song
remember
was
now.
playing?
I don't remember.
Is
I
it like
feel
Sarah
like it's.
McLachlan?
I will remember you. You will remember.
I was just
me.
about to ask. Was it "I Will Remember You" by?
I think it was. Oh, also, what the last email I sent out before I quit, my last day, I sent it to the entire company, was a GIF where I replaced my head on Poochie, and I said, "I have to go home now. My planet needs me." And my GIF raised into the sky, and it said Marvin Choi died on the way back to his home planet.
Yeah. As you do.
Yeah.
Oh, my
Sarah.
God. I don't know any of this. I feel very in the dark. That's crazy.
You have
Wow.
so much Simpsons you need to absorb in your brain, Sarah. No, you don't actually. It's really not worth it.
It goes right over my head. Yeah. I don't know.
It's honestly just another language.
It feels like it.
It's literally
It's
like that.
it's like Esperanto.
Yeah, essentially, that's kind of what it is. There's so many phrases that carry like layers and layers upon layers of meaning to
It's
Simpsons,
like our
in
Dharma.
Simpsons quotes.
Oh, God.
I mean, yeah, it is
Don't
like
eyes
we
wide open.
mentioned it in the
Darmok, dude.
episode, but yeah, Darmok,
get
all that
angry.
shit, it's memes. That's what Darmok and all that shit is.
We did it. The next phase, we watched it, everybody. We're back. Sorry for how meandering this episode. We're trying to get back into it.
Yeah,
It's been a hot minute.
It's gonna take us a cold minute
We're-
to get it back into it.
We're confused.
Literally, Marvin
We're
has a
all
cold.
very confused right now.
Yeah,
Yeah.
We're trying our
sorry.
best.
don't worry.
It's been
We're
a
all
long
poochy
break.
on the way onto this one planet.
We forgot how to work properly.
If for some reason you really like the episode and what we're doing, hey, you could join our channel membership at YouTube. If you do, you get
Do it.
access to early episodes, but also you get
We're gonna do
ad-free versions of the video episodes, which are not only video, but also the highest quality audio you can get out of all the portals we do. And we're planning to eventually add other things to the thing. So, it's only $1.99.
Like the Discord. That's
No
gonna
pressure
come
though.
out
You can just
soon.
subscribe if you want.
Yeah, you can also just
That's true.
subscribe if you want to. And also,
Or not to. Whatever.
yeah.
You do you.
Yeah, you do what's comfortable for you.
Yeah.
You can unsubscribe from us if you want.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you
yeah.
feel free to unsubscribe from Super Bunny Hop anytime you want.
No, don't do that.
But also, if you been liking what we're doing and you want to send us an email because you want to talk to us, you can always send us an email at contact@newbiestartrek.com. That's contact@newbiestartrek.com. This week, the letter is from someone named Gino. and it says, "Hey, G word," the search engine. I don't want to say it out loud because it's going to trigger stuff. "Hey, G word, search alien dick."
Search alien dick, Gino.
That's the title of it. So it goes, "Hi, Sarah, Ricardo, Marvin, Dan. Have been catching up on episodes, and while driving the other day, Dan managed to activate my Google Assistant just in time for it to pick up and search the phrase alien dicks, which led
No way.
Which led to getting an interesting assortment of websites, including various themed porn and purveyors of sci-fi dildos. Thanks for making my commute a little more hilarious, Gino.
Oh no, that's pretty good. That's pretty good.
Okay,
actually.
all right, that's a good outcome. I'll take it.
Yeah, I'm glad it happened in the car.
Yes,
yes. Instead of elsewhere.
Could happen at work.
Yeah, it could have been at work.
happen.
It could have been at work, but thank you very much. Gino.
That's pretty
Or in
funny.
front of your
Sorry
children.
about that.
Or your
Glad
parents.
it wasn't that. Good job.
Yeah. Or
Your parents, yeah. Ugh.
your parent, and then your parents are weirdly into it, and then you got a whole conversation.
They're like, "Oh my gosh, what is that? Oh, leave it up for a second. Hold on.
Wait,
Let
what
me
was
take a
that?
look.
Let me take a look. Let me put my glasses on. What is this?
Hold on. What is that? That's so weird. That's crazy.
Oh, that looks crazy. Wow, they do that these days, huh? Wow.
Well, thanks for your mail,
What's this
Gino.
website called again?
We're going to repair that Star Road someday.
Pornhub.
Next week we're gonna watch The Inner Light. If it's The Inner Light, everyone knows what that is. So
Yeah, dude.
And you know what? Just real quick, if you're a fan of Super Mario RPG and you haven't played the Switch remake, go get on that shit. It's awesome.
is it good? Is it good?
Chat. If you're a fan of the original, like you need to be a fan of the original and have some nostalgia for it to
I'm not a
really
fan
enjoy
of
this
the
remake.
original.
Yeah. What if we don't?
No, I'm
What if
talking
we
to
never
listeners here. Fuck you guys. I'm talking to listeners.
We never heard the original, dude.
Fuck you, listeners.
Fuck you all.
Super Mario RPG.
Fuck
If
you
you've ever
all.
played it and loved it, play the remake. It's great.
Yeah.
Yes.
If you want to have a fun time, go to YouPorn or Pornhub and type in Star Trek themed porn, and there is a beautiful
do both?
assortment. Yeah, do both while you do. Yeah, you have two.
There's
screens.
got to be some like row stuff in there, right? Like I'm sure.
There's gotta be
I don't
one
know,
for
dude.
everything.
Yeah.
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 Oh
But,
my god, maybe there's one on this. Maybe there's one on this episode specifically where it's like Ro and Geordi.
Sarah,
Oh,
and
that's
alternate.
don't say that, dude. We know
Yeah.
you've searched it. You're like, oh, maybe there's.
Well, if
maybe
I haven't,
there's
I'm
this.
about to after this recording.
Rest assured,
Yeah.
the internet and everyone in the world is way hornier than you are.
What's
Yeah,
this
dude.
episode called again?
exists.
What's this one called?
Next phase.
Sarah, there's
The
nothing you
next
can think of.
phase? Oh yeah,
Yeah.
there's definitely. I'm
Sarah,
gonna type in.
There's nothing you can think of.
Yeah.
I guarantee it. I would put money on it. There's nothing you can think of where you stump adult videos. Where you're
Yeah.
like, I bet you there's no blah blah blah. They're gonna give you a million
Mhm.
fucking
I
choices.
bet you there's
dude.
no way there's porn of dinosaurs fucking monster trucks. Nope.
Oh.
There it is.
There it is, dude. There it is,
There.
dude.
Yeah.
Google-
What,
I mean,
what
and
is
even if
that-
it didn't, AI has suddenly made
Yep.
it into an existence.
What is
Yep.
Yeah.
what is it from back in the day? Was it Rule 34? Rule 34?
That's not back in the day. That's
Yeah, Rule 34
that's
is
forever.
a rule. It's
Yeah.
a
Oh,
constant.
is it? Did I get
Yeah.
the rule right? I don't even know. if
Yeah,
that
you did.
is it. Yeah,
Oh,
I
yeah.
did. Okay, wow. Yay. I'm proud of
Yeah,
myself.
good job.
Because that's like from like what is
It's
it?
from
What
now.
is that?
It's from
what does
now.
that say?
Order 66.
Yes.
Order
Don't call it a
66.
comeback.
Yeah,
Rule,
dude.
Rule 34. If
Rough
it
Rider
exists-
anthem. Rough Rider anthem.
It's right. It's if it exists, there's porn of it.
Think this is a game?
Rule 34. I think.
That's how the porn
I
starts.
really got Ricardo with that one.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Oh boy. Okay.
Cut, dude. Cut us
Go,
out.
go
dude.
to go to
We're-
fugitiveframes.com if you would like to see other stuff we do, including our side podcast. Would you stay tuned? Would you stay
Yeah.
tuned? I don't know.
Oh
see.
yes,
Who
check
knows?
that one out. That's a really fun podcast.
Not a
in my
fan.
opinion. I like it.
But next
I
I
listened
week.
to
know
a few
I'm
episodes
on the
of it.
podcast, but I like
I don't know if I want to continue.
yeah.
All right. Next week, The Inner Light. But until then, everybody, stay safe. Stay safe.
Yeah.
Please stay
horned
safe.
Up. Stay horned
Everyone,
up.
Don't-
is, everyone
don't get-
is getting sick. Please stay
Don't
safe.
get phased out of our dimension.
Yeah.
Please.
Yeah.
Or-
stay in.
Or do if you want.
Yeah, if you want to phase out to do some sexy
Yeah.
times, phase back
Oh
in.
yeah, dude.
Just be careful, all right? All right. Goodbye, everyone. Goodbye.
Bye.
Take care, y'all.